Here we are at Lebanon High School in Lebanon, Indiana for a rivalry game unlike any other. Hello and welcome to the final game of the 2022 high school football regular season. I'm Blake Marth, joined by my pal Andrew Petra on color commentary, as the 7-1 Western Boone Stars come here today to take on their rivals, the 6-2 Lebanon Tigers, in a game with implications greater than just bragging rights in this rivalry. The winner of today's matchup will secure at least a share of the Sagamore Conference title. These teams are both 5-1 in conference play, Western Boone's only loss being a 41-34 loss at Tri-West, while Lebanon's only loss came at home 14-13 versus Danville. Andrew, both of these teams are coming in this game red hot. Lebanon is on a 5-game winning streak, Weebo's on a 4-game winning streak. What do you expect to see from these teams as they try to keep their own winning streaks going?
Well, Blake, from Weebo, I expect to see several runs by Durbin and Weekly up the middle, as well as a strong performance by Cannon Bruin, seeing that he was Weebo's player of the game last week against Danville. From Lebanon, we are going to have to see an equally challenging offense or a defense similar to that of Weebo's in the game against North Montgomery. I suspect there will be a few great plays by Lebanon's QB, Landon Fouts, in an attempt by him to increase his total touchdown pass count to 13 or higher.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Andrew, looking at some of these stats, Western Boone has allowed the least amount of points on defense this year, and they've also scored by far the most points on offense out of any team in the Sagamore Conference. Meanwhile, Lebanon, who is a distant third in points scored and second in points allowed, they've still scored a lot, though, and they've been in a lot of these games, only losing one conference game. But Western Boone's offense, they've only dipped into the 30s a few times, and they only scored 33 last week against Danville, which was their season low. That's still pretty good, I'd say. Andrew, who are some of the more notable players on these teams, and how will they shape the course of this game?
Well, Blake, I already talked about them a little bit, but from Weebo we have quarterback Rowan Durbin, and his stats this season are 12 touchdown passes and 407 rushing yards. And Trevor Weekly, the running back for Weebo, has over 1,000 rushing yards and 10 touchdowns. Another player, Cannon Bruins, has 91 total tackles this season and was, like I said, player of the game last week. And also Josiah Smith, the varsity kicker for Weebo. He always has a strong performance, and the last game I commentated with you, Blake, he was at 100% successful at field goals and touchbacks. And also from Lebanon, quarterback Landon Fouts has 12 touchdown passes, and Lark has 540 receiving yards.
A lot of great players on both of these teams. Huge implications tonight in the Sagamore Conference. Bring it all to you here tonight as the Western Boone Stars and Lebanon Tigers play. We're going to get you to a quick break and get you to kickoff. We'll be right back with WBTV Sports after this.
Do you need family pictures or senior graduation photos taken? Then contact Ashley Spray, your local photographer. Mention this ad and you could get a 10% discount on your first photo shoot. You can find her on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Whether you are a first-time home buyer or a long-time investor, Moody & Company is there to support you throughout the buying and selling process. Give Weebo grad Jordan Moody and his team a call at 765-336-1622. Let Moody & Company take all the stress out of buying or selling your next home.
Welcome back to Western Boone at Lebanon here, getting ready for kickoff. The ball fell down at the kickoff spot. Josiah Smith going back to pick it back up and get this game kicked off. It falls down a second time. Maybe that'll be an indication of how we're going to go tonight. Now we have a holder there. As you can see, the Stars 7-1, the Tigers 6-2. Winner gets a share of the Sagamore Conference title as we get ready to kick it off here at Western Boone, or at Lebanon. Here we go.
Blake, who would have saw that coming? Josiah Smith, Kicks it way past the end zone.
That right there is a touchback, folks. Who would have thunk it, as Andrew says. Josiah Smith nails these touchbacks. I did an interview with him last week before the game against Danville, and he was talking about how he wants to get his touchback percentage up. And all I was thinking to myself, I mentioned this last week, like, man, you get them, like, all the time. Like, it feels like it's rare to see him not kick a touchback. He's a very good kicker and very reliable for the Stars. But starting here, the Lebanon offense will take the field for the first time tonight and get things kicked off. 48 minutes of solid football going here. The Western Boone defense has been so dominant this year, but Lebanon's had a very effective offense, both in the passing game and in the running game. We'll see how things go early here. In shotgun. It's going to be a handoff there, and not going to gain anything there. The Western Boone front able to make a quick stop there. And, Andrew, we've seen the Western Boone front be very, very good for them this year. The D-line especially has been able to stop these runs as we get ready for the second play of this game. They're still discussing here. Fouts is in shotgun. He will take it. He's going to scramble around. Got pressure on him. Still has the ball. And the Western Boone defense, he's going to chuck it away. A smart move by Fouts there, Andrew, as he could have gotten a big loss there. And he gets rid of it. It is still going to be an incompletion for a 3rd and 10 here, all important early in this game. If Western Boone can get this defensive stop, Andrew, that would be huge for them for setting the tone.
Yeah, the offense is, it looks like they want to start early tonight.
Yeah, the Western Boone offense especially wanting to get onto the field and show Lebanon's defense what they got. But Lebanon's offense has been very effective this year in a lot of these high-pressure situations, so we'll have to see how things go. But on this 3rd and 10, this is huge early on in this game. In shotgun, it's Fouts. He will take it. He's going to look around. He's going to run it himself. And he's going to be, it's going to be very close. It looked as though maybe he was just a tad short there. And indeed, he is just a little bit short with the spotting of the ball. Looks like he'll be about a yard, maybe a yard and a half short of the first down. And it looks as though early on in this game, Andrew, the Western Boone defense did what it needed to do and got the stop to force Lebanon to punt here.
Yes, definitely a tone setter. A good one for Weibo.
On for the kick. And it looked as though he might have kept it for a second. He will kick it eventually, and it'll go to midfield where Ryan Taylor will catch it and fall down. Western Boone will get this thing right at the center of that Tiger logo there, Andrew, and this Western Boone offense has been so explosive this year. What do you expect to see on these first couple of plays?
Well, we know that the Western Boone offense loves to rush up the middle with Rowan and Weekly. But who knows? Maybe Durbin will make a big pass.
Maybe. We've seen him make a couple of those this year. He is under center. He's got a back lined up behind him. And he's going to hand it off, and that's going to maybe pick up 1 yard there. Like you mentioned, a lot of rushes up the middle for Western Boone. They like to pick up these couple of yards at a time and set up easier conversions later. That's been the name of the game for Western Boone's offense under Coach Pelly. Andrew, what is Coach Pelly's current record? It's got to be something insane there. He's got a lot of wins.
Well, Coach Pelly, he's been coaching Weibo since 2013, and he now is at 92-30.
That is a lot of wins there for a Weibo program that's done a great job in recent years. Another handoff here, and he's on the loose. It's Trevor Weekly with a huge play there. That right there, going to pick up around 25-ish yards there. Set Western Boone up past the 25-yard line down to the 22. A huge play for the Stars there, Andrew, and we've seen Trevor Weekly do that a lot this year.
Yeah, well, that run is pushing him even closer to 1,100 yards run this year.
Yeah, he's got a lot of them. He went into the year wanting to get past 1,000 career total yards. Now he has over 1,000 in just this season. Durbin trying to audible, get some motion by the defense. Not going to get it there. Under center, there is a flag down, and the play is blown dead. Looks like it's going to be a false start on Western Boone, and that indeed is a false start for the Stars. Going to back him up 5 yards. As you hear the referees make the call there. Andrew, we've seen some mistakes at times from Western Boone and some of their opponents that we've covered here. Just a lot of it comes down to nerves, really, early on in these games with these false starts and stuff. But these could have major implications later on in a drive.
Yeah, I mean, especially when I commentated with you against Webo and North Montgomery, there were a lot of penalties, and I know last week there were also quite a few.
Another handoff there to, it looks like, Weekly, and he's going to get stuffed immediately by the Lebanon front. Going to pick up maybe a couple of yards there and set up a second and around 13 there. Second and 13 officially. So we see a lot of what we normally see from this Western Boone offense early. A lot of runs by Trevor Weekly. And moving the ball effectively here, but a second and 13. Durbin under center. He's going to pitch it back to Ethan Bales, but that play is, again, blown dead. And that is encroachment by Lebanon, giving back those 5 yards that Western Boone gave up earlier, Andrew. Back and forth. We saw that a lot in the game against North Montgomery with the Stars. A lot of back and forth penalties just making up for these early mistakes, and there's one of them right there.
Yeah, and those really added up.
Yeah, that makes it a lot easier for Western Boone now. It's 2nd and 8, but still a tough conversion, likely to set up right here. Durbin going to hand it off, and again, a very small gain there by Trevor Weekly, who has been able to do a lot this year with just very small holes created by the offensive line as they try and block for him. A little bit difficult early on tonight, but with plenty of time left in the game, that could easily change. We've seen this guy, Andrew, make a lot of crazy plays, and Stars wanting one of them here. They already got one early, about a 25-yard rush as Durbin goes into shotgun on 3rd and 8. And he kept it himself, but looked as though he's going to be plenty short of first down yardage, and he's going to make it officially a 4th and 5 here, and the Western Boone will be kicking a field goal here. Josiah Smith, he's only kicked a couple this year, but he's 2 for 2, and he has plenty of extra points, Andrew. Let's see if he can do it here. He had a 38-yarder against Southmont a few weeks ago. The hold is low. The kick is up, and he drills it. What a nice job by Josiah Smith there. The hold was a little low, but managed to get it up. Didn't quite catch who had the hold there. I see a lot of the time Durbin is the one who does the holds. Didn't catch it there. But a really nice kick by Josiah Smith, a low one. Wasn't the prettiest, but it went through, and that's what they needed for the Western Boone offense.
Yeah, as you mentioned earlier, Blake, he said he's working on getting his percentage up, even though it's already very high. He's wasting no time with that tonight.
Exactly. It's kind of difficult to get 100% up, but he's trying his very best. As the Stars go up 3-0 early in this game. Right now we're going to see the Western Boone defense back on the field for the second time tonight. They got that quick 3-and-out versus the Tigers early, and really rare to see Western Boone not open up with an opening drive touchdown. One of the few games we saw that, or that I saw that, was when I called it the Tri-West Western Boone game with my brother Colin, where Western Boone had some troubles early in that game, but managed to get back into it, ultimately lost that game, their one loss of the year. And a lot of the time you see Western Boone, though, wanting to be able to get these opening touchdowns to get the momentum going. As you see Josiah Smith, the ball is not sticking tonight. Might need another hold to get this one off. And indeed, it will be another hold. So we'll see Josiah Smith kick it off.
Blake, I don't think that's going to be a problem for him.
I seriously doubt that it'll be a problem also, Andrew. Smith kicks it off again. This one is going to go back into the end zone again for another touchback, and like you mentioned, no problem. Very, very nice job by Josiah Smith as the Lebanon offense gets back onto the field here. This one, Andrew, this could be a tough battle here, and a lot of it is going to come down to what these offenses can do deep in their own territory. We've seen Lebanon do it a couple of times, and Western Boone got the ball at midfield and got a field goal out of it. And rare to see Western Boone get stuffed like that, but they do manage to put 3 points on the board. Lebanon trying to get some points on the board themselves here. So we have Fouts, who is back in shotgun once again on 1st and 10 for the Tigers. He will take it. He's going to keep it. He's running around. He's scrambling. Now he's going to keep it and run, and he's going to get all the way near first down yardage. And there is a flag down also after the play. It looked like they might have hit him out of bounds, so it looks as though either way it'll likely be a Lebanon first down there. We'll have to see what the call is. They're saying he stepped out right around, maybe a little bit short of that first down marker. We'll have to see what the call is on the field for the penalty. You know, Fouts has done a lot for the Lebanon offense, and it is against Western Boone is unnecessary roughness, and that'll be added on to the play there. So that'll give Lebanon a nice big gain and get them to around the, waiting for the official mark here. They're going to put it at the 43-yard line of Lebanon. So overall, with the penalty and the run by Fouts, Andrew, a big gain of about 23 yards, and the Lebanon offense clicking early.
Yeah, but it is still early in the game, so the Weibo defense is going to have to leave everything out there right now.
Fouts back in shotgun once again. He's going to hand it off this time. And he's going to break through. And a nice run there. Trying to catch who that was. That was
Ethan Bales, who stopped it.
That was number 9. That was Brendan Shockley, I believe, on the handoff. Number 9. It is indeed Brendan Shockley for Lebanon, the sophomore there. A really nice job there, Andrew. He picks up another first down for Lebanon and managed to bounce off. We see guys on Western Boone like Ryan Taylor and Trevor Weekly do that all the time, and we see that Brendan Shockley can do that as well for Lebanon, and it sets up another big first down here. So on 1st and 10, Fouts back in shotgun once again. He's going to pitch it back. Looks like Shockley again. There's a flag immediately as soon as he got hit. Bit of a scrum there, but everybody getting sorted again. Have to see what that one is for. If it stands, it is going to be holding against Lebanon here. So that'll back him up. And as you heard, Lebanon getting a 10-yard penalty. They will redo first down, but it'll be 1st and 20. And Andrew, another penalty here early on in this game. We've seen both teams commit some penalties. Western Boone committing that personal foul earlier. Now Lebanon with the hold and making it a much tougher conversion here. And setting up back on their own side of the field. It is Fouts once again. He's in shotgun. And another flag down. And it looks as though it is a false start against Lebanon. So we've seen a lot of penalties here, Andrew, early on. I'll keep hammering this point in. These penalties, as little as they seem at the time, they could add up, and it makes it a 1st and 25 now for Lebanon.
That is a long way to go for Lebanon. And what is that, the 5th penalty so far?
Something like that. There have been a lot of penalties on both of these teams early, but Lebanon committing 2 in a row, making it go from 1st and 10 to 1st and 20, now 1st and 25. But we've seen they've made some plays here early. We saw Fouts have that big run. We saw Shockley have a big run as the Tigers look to capitalize early on in this game. Whistle blown again. Lebanon takes a timeout here. And with that, I think we will take a quick timeout ourselves. So we'll be right back with Lebanon and Western Boone at WBTV Sports.
There are plenty of Enlist E3 soybeans. But these beans are turbocharged with elite germplasm for greater performance. So when harvest comes, your yields are off to the races. Introducing Pioneer brand A-Series Enlist E3 soybeans with exclusive high-performing DNA like no other.
Welcome back here, Western Boone and Lebanon here. Early on in this game, 6:13 left in the first quarter. It is 3-0 Western Boone over the Tigers here. And looking at some of these notable players, Andrew, we have Fouts for Lebanon. We also have guys, Toole, he's been a really good rusher. We have Lark, also the sophomore receiver. He's also got some rushing yards. And these Lebanon players on offense, they've done a good job early, but also a lot of penalties to get in their own way here. As we see Fouts go back into shotgun again, he's going to hand it off and slips a couple of tackles in a really nice run there to pick up some of what they lost on those penalties. Trying to get a good look there. Got this replay here. And that was once again Shockley, Brendan Shockley, the sophomore, doing his job here. We saw Cannon Bruins make the tackle. It is going to be 2nd and 19 right now. Picks up a good amount of yards. That could have been a loss in the backfield, but he manages to pick up 6 there. Make it 2nd and 19 for Lebanon at their own 46. And Fouts is going to pass it again. And it's batted up and incomplete. Nice play there by Western Boone, getting a hand on it and forcing the incompletion by Fouts there. And that one, Andrew, going to make it a very difficult 3rd and 19 conversion here.
Yeah, Lebanon's offense is going to have to push it back across that 50-yard line. A whole lot of back and forth this time around.
We see here at their own 47-yard line looking to convert here. They got a long way to go. 3rd and 19. Fouts going to keep it. He's going to scramble. He's got protection, but he slips away from a defender, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds. There is a flag down, though, right around the line of scrimmage, so we'll have to see what that is about. But if it stands, that would be a stop by Western Boone. We'll have to see, though. And he had good protection early, but lost a lot of it as the play went on. And that is a holding against Lebanon, and Western Boone will decline it. And it'll be 4th and 19 now for Lebanon, and they will be punting. So a really nice job there, Andrew, on 3 consecutive plays. We saw Shockley make a good run for 6 yards there, but the batted up pass and then forcing Fouts out of bounds. And a really nice job by Western Boone's defense. As we get ready for the kick here, the punt by Lebanon, and we will see how Western Boone can do deeper on the field. Had some pressure, got it off early, a high kick, not a very far one, and is fair caught by Ryan Taylor around the 29-yard line of Western Boone. So there, Ryan Taylor's been a really good returner for the Stars, Andrew. We saw, you and I saw when we commented on the Western Boone North Montgomery game, he had a kick return touchdown right before halftime, which really swung the momentum in Western Boone's favor. They won that game 35-8. And he's also been a big impact player on offense as well, as they get back onto the field. Going to be interesting to see how they get him involved. As Durbin is in shotgun. He's still got the ball. He's going to keep it and throw. And a gain of about maybe 2 yards there. And a good play fake there, but not able to find an opening. That was to Ethan Bales, who has been sort of the Swiss Army knife sort of guy for Western Boone. He's been able to get a lot of pitchbacks. He's got a lot of receptions, a lot of runs. He's been a workhorse for this Western Boone offense here as they get it on 2nd and 8. Durbin going to hand it off. No, he's going to keep it and throw it to Bales, and he's just around the first down marker. Nice job again surprising here to see a couple of early passes by Durbin. Here we got the replay. Yeah, good fake, had me there. Acting like he was going to hand off to Trevor Weekly, and that will be enough for a first down, Andrew. Really nice job by Bales getting open, and Durbin delivers the ball perfectly.
Yeah, well, Blake, what do you think is going to happen this time? You think Weekly's going to rush it up the middle, or is Durbin going to keep it?
Well, it looks like he's going to rush it, and he's got an opening! Look at him go! Is anybody going to catch him? Yes, right around the 5-yard line. What a play there. I wish I had spoke earlier, Andrew. I would have bet on a Trevor Weekly run, but I wouldn't have expected such a huge run there. Let's look at the replay. He breaks through a tackle. See, really nice job there by number 7, Mekhi Smith, for Lebanon there, able to track him down and prevent the touchdown. But we've seen so many of those by Western Boone this season, especially by Trevor Weekly, Andrew. And really nice job exploiting the hole by the offensive line. Sets up 1st and goal from the 6 for Western Boone. As Durbin is back under center again. Bales in motion. He's going to hand it off. And stuffed immediately there is Weekly. Couldn't get the blocks that time. And he might have lost a yard there. We'll see. That is a tackle for a loss there of a few yards. We'll see officially where they mark it. It looks like they're going to mark it as a loss of 3 there on the play. Sets up 2nd and goal from the 9. But Andrew, Trevor Weekly once again making his impact felt early. Durbin back under center once again. Going to hand it off. And that one is a touchdown for Western Boone. That was Trevor Weekly once again able to push through the defense and get a big touchdown for Western Boone here, as the offensive line does a great job getting the blocks. We'll have Josiah Smith on for the extra point here. A little hard to tell initially, but it looked like he definitely got over. And a really nice job by Western Boone on that drive, especially Trevor Weekly getting the touchdown there. Josiah Smith with the extra point. It's up and good. 10-0 Western Boone over Lebanon here.
Blake, so far this season, that is now Weekly's 11th touchdown. And Josiah, he still has a 100% success rate on his kicks.
We see here, Weekly able to push through, push the guy down. Manages to just make his way through there. Sometimes, if you're in open space having to tackle Trevor Weekly, it's really difficult, Andrew, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah, especially Trevor Weekly. He definitely has an all-gas, no-brakes attitude. And last game I commentated with you, Blake, he had several guys holding him down, and he's just kept going.
Yeah, you saw right there, he has the speed. Able to track him down, though, was Mekhi Smith to prevent the long touchdown, but he does get his touchdown later on to make it 10-0 Western Boone. A big statement early on with 9 minutes through this game. Western Boone up 10-0 over the Lebanon Tigers. Remember, winner of this game gets a share, at least, of the Sagamore Conference title. I should explain here, there is a chance that one of these two teams can win the standalone title here. It'll either be Western Boone or Lebanon, whoever wins, and Tri-West sharing the crown, or it'll be, if Southmont beats Tri-West, it'll be the winner of this game will be the standalone champion. Western Boone looking early on here to be in the lead to try and do that, but still plenty of time for both teams. Josiah Smith, another hold here on the kickoff. That run is not going to make it to the end zone. It's going to be returned. And with some room here, that is number 2 for Lebanon. That right there is Caden Lark. He has a lot of receiving yards, Andrew, the sophomore there. He's got over 500, I believe, on the year, and he gets a good kick return there, so Josiah Smith not able to kick the touchback there. But Lebanon is going to have the ball at their own 30. They have a better opportunity now than they had earlier on that last drive, Andrew.
Yeah, Josiah Smith, he probably didn't appreciate not getting it as far, but what's he at now, a 99% touchback rate?
Feels like it at times. Not sure quite what the percentage is, but it's got to be something like that, it feels like. This guy is so good at being able to kick it into the end zone. And this Western Boone defense looking to get the ball back to their offense. He's already put them up 10-0 here. Lebanon needing some points here to leave their mark on the game. 2:48 left in the first quarter. Fout's going to hand it off here and able to break a tackle and get to a little bit short of the sticks. That was number 1, Carson Toole, with a nice run there. Pushed a guy down. We got a replay here. And looking at this, Andrew, you see quick little fake, run back by the quarterback, and then Toole able to push through. Got tackled very quickly, though, by Ryan Taylor on the play.
Yeah, Blake, I think it's worth noting that Carson Toole was named player of the game last week for Lebanon against Southmont.
Big player there, and he Fouts throws, and it's complete for a first down there, and tackled by an ambush of Western Boone Stars. A penalty flag flies as well, and it looked as though that was Caden Lark there who got the reception. He's been a big part of this Lebanon offense. And that is a face mask on Western Boone. That is what the flag is, so that'll be added to the end of the play, so it'll be a big yardage gain here for Lebanon as they get the ball now into Western Boone territory at around the 48-yard line. And there were a lot of guys there. It was hard to tell, so a good job by the refs catching that one. And Lebanon going to get the ball on Western Boone's side of the field. Last time they had it here, there were some penalties, but they hope to not do that again. And rush and tackled for a loss immediately. The Western Boone front got there. Nice pressure immediately, Andrew. We see the Western Boone front is really good at stopping these early runs on downs, and they do it again here.
Yeah, and every single time it seems the Lebanon offense has crossed that 50-yard line, the Webo defense just has stopped them and taken it back.
Huddle up here for Lebanon. Western Boone defense making it 2nd and 10. Fouts here looking. He's got a lot of passing yards on the year, a lot of passing attempts, a lot of faith in him from the coaches at Lebanon. And flag down here. Plays blown dead. It looks like it's going to be encroachment on the Stars, trying to get the rush early to Lebanon. And that'll make it 2nd and 5, a much more manageable conversion here, Andrew. Lebanon definitely grateful for Western Boone encroaching there.
Yeah, another penalty. I think we're nearing 10 penalties so far this game overall.
There have been quite a few here early. Still a lot of time to iron that all out. In a big rivalry game like this, nerves could be a factor. Sometimes it's just straight up just, making mistakes, and that always happens in a game like football. But still plenty of time for both these teams, and Lebanon gets an easier potential conversion out of it. So be handoff again, and picking up a few yards there. That is number 1, Carson Toole, once again, making the big run. The clock will tick here. We'll see if they can get another playoff before the end of quarter number 1. And that'll be a big 3rd down whenever they go for it here on 3rd and 3, Andrew. 3rd down defense. Western Boone has been very good on 1st and 2nd downs. Not quite as good on 3rd downs, but still very good. But here it looks as though Lebanon is just going to let the clock run down. And once the clock hits 0, we'll be at the end of quarter number 1 here of action as both teams now go to their sidelines. We will be right back with WBTV Sports after this with the 2nd quarter.
The Jamestown Lions Club is a proud sponsor of WBTV Sports and the entire Western Boone community. Contact President John Waymeyer at 765-481-7917 for more information on how you can help support the mission of the Jamestown Lions Club. The Jamestown Lions Club, a great place to call home.
Since 1901, Home National Bank has been part of our community. Through the years, Home National Bank has strived to meet all financial needs of their customers. Home National Bank has 2 convenient locations in Thorntown and Lebanon.
Professional Plumbing Solutions is a proud supporter of WBTV Sports and everything Western Boone. Give owner Jeremy Young a call for anything plumbing related. He has over 20 years of experience and is licensed and insured. From new construction to remodeling and any job in between, give them a call at 765-891-0150.
Bob's Concessions sells foods such as Polish and Italian sausage, tenderloins, hamburgers, hot dogs, fries, and more. You can find Bob Campbell and his delicious...
Foul's going to go deep here, and it is incomplete. Nearly made a huge play there. Apologies, we had to cut in there. Here's a highlight here. Fouts with a beautiful throw down the field. Had great spiral, nearly caught. Had a couple Weibo guys on him. Great coverage by the Stars there to knock that one free. Didn't quite catch who was on the receiving end. It looked like potentially Caden Lark there, number 2. Went just in and out of the hands. And that could have been a huge play for Lebanon, a big statement at the beginning of the second quarter. Instead, it is 4th and 3. And the offense is still out on the field, Andrew. This is a big decision by Lebanon not to punt this thing away. Fout's going to go for it. Under center, he's got a lot of pressure. He's going to throw, and it is caught for a big conversion right there. That is number 3, Trey Rise there, getting a big first down for Lebanon on that 4th and 3. Andrew, a really nice job by both quarterback and receiver getting open. As you see here on the replay, nice throw there by Fouts. Landon Fouts has made a lot of big throws. He had that last one, which was incomplete, nearly a beautiful touchdown pass. But Lebanon does get the conversion, make it 1st and 10 at Western Boone's 39-yard line. Handoff here. He's got some room, but is stuffed. That was number 1 Carson Toole there on the carry. Would be going to be about 1 yard. And that'll make it 2nd and 9 here. Andrew, we see Landon Fouts. He's airing the ball out a little bit here early on, but couldn't get the touchdown there, but a big conversion.
Yeah, he was really close to getting what would be his 13th touchdown pass this year.
Yeah, and you might not have seen a better one than that had it been complete, just in and out of the hands. A nice throw there by Fouts. And the play is blown dead here as Fouts was taking the snap. And we'll see what the call here is. Western Boone takes a timeout here. And so, looking here, Andrew, Western Boone's defense backed up onto their own side of the field now. But we've seen them handle the pressure a lot this year in some of these games, able to make big stops, rarely allow their opponents to score. They're the number 1 scoring defense in the Sagamore Conference for a reason. What do you expect to see from them trying to stop this passing attack by Lebanon?
Well, I think one of the star players for Weibo's defense is Cannon Bruins, and I suspect he's going to, probably make a couple dozen more tackles by the end of tonight.
That's probably a good estimate right there. Yeah, he's really good at getting pressure there, Cannon Bruins. A very, very good player, especially on the defense for Western Boone. We've seen him on offense as well. Lebanon goes back onto the field for 2nd and 9 here at Weibo's 39. Fouts going to keep it. He's going to toss it, and it is caught. A huge catch right there, and there's a flag as well. That was to number 3, Trey Rees, my apologies. Big play there for Lebanon as they are going to get the ball. It's going to be a face mask on Western Boone as well. That'll add a little more yardage. Watch this play here by Fouts. He had a lot of time. Give credit to the offensive line for getting him time, and Reed's able to make a great catch there. Fouts has been on the money tonight, Andrew. He's been doing a really nice job in the air. He's made some big runs, and he gets his team to a 1st and goal.
Yeah, and in this possession, I think he just wanted to redeem himself for that almost touchdown pass he had at the very beginning.
He's going to keep it. He's going to run. He's got room, and he has a touchdown. There is a flag down. We will see what the call is there. It was tossed by the ref in the backfield, and it looks like it's going to be coming back. It looks like it'll be against Lebanon. Really interesting to hear the crowd dynamic here. Yeah, it is holding against the Lebanon offense. Interesting to see the crowd dynamic. Obviously, a lot of Lebanon fans here, considering it's in their own at their own field. But there's a lot of Western Boone fans in the visiting section as well, not too far from here. Quick trip, and Andrew, these fans on both sides, I I think I speak for all of us when we say they are very, very passionate.
Yeah, that you took the words out of my mouth, Blake. Both schools are very passionate about tonight. Not only the fans, but the players, too. They're giving everything they got.
Lebanon making it 1st and goal again. And we will have from about looks like the 13-yard line, perhaps, of Western Boone. A handoff here. And able to make a couple men miss, but then be taken down there. That is number 1, Carson Toole. He's a big flex player for Lebanon here. He's played some running back, some receiver, defensive back. He's done a lot, Andrew, and he is able to pick up a few more. Makes it 2nd and goal from around the 10 for Lebanon now. And the Lebanon offense huddling up. We've seen a lot of red zone stops by Western Boone this season. They look to try and get another one, almost a touchdown a couple of times on this drive by Lebanon. Penalty got rid of the last one. As Fouts is going to take the snap, he's going to hand it off, and stuffed immediately is Carson Toole. Once again, the Lebanon offense not able to push forward there, and the Western Boone defense will get a replay here as Fouts hands it off. And you see there, Zane Sturgis, number 50, the primary tackler there. He was the first guy on Toole there, Andrew. Zane Sturgis has been a big player here for Western Boone. He's part of this radio TV program, in fact. And he's made a lot of big plays for the Stars on defense. We get here 3rd and goal from the 10. It is going to be kept by Fouts, who's going to get it to an open man. And that one, very close. And that is a Lebanon touchdown right there. The Stars defense couldn't close in. A nice play there by Caden Lark. The receiver got open. He had open field. There's a flag down as well at the end of the play. The referee just threw it. We'll see if that affects anything here. That was well after the play was over. So I would suspect the play will likely stand, but we'll see. Don't want to speculate. It looks like it will be against Lebanon. The Tigers here signaling touchdown. We'll see what the call is here. Really nice job by the quarterback and the receiver there. But we'll take a look here. Okay, so it was after the score. So it will still be a Lebanon touchdown. There's a 15-yard penalty. It'll be enforced later. And we'll get a replay here of that score, though. That was a great score by Lebanon. Fouts, and then you see here, Lark able to get open. The Webo defense just couldn't quite get up to him. Really nice job there, Andrew. You saw him stick out the ball. That's all that's going to matter there on a play like that is being able to stick out the ball and get it across the goal line. Really great awareness by Lark.
Yeah, he was doing anything he could because they have had very close attempts at a touchdown so far tonight.
Able to get it in there finally for Lebanon as they make it a 10-6 game. We'll see here. It'll be a much larger kick than normal here. So this will be, or they'll go for 2 here, rather. My apologies. And it's incomplete, too high there. Going for number 3, Trey Rees. So that 15-yard penalty was assessed on the extra point and 2-point conversion try, and Lebanon's coaches decided to go for the 2-point conversion there. Andrew not able to convert, and it is still a 10-6 game. And being up 4 for Western Boone means that Lebanon would have to score a touchdown to take the lead. So that's a big penalty on Lebanon there to prevent them from making it 10-7. And the lights begin to flash here. The Lebanon field here, crowd getting hyped up. We saw that in the game against Tri-West, the game I called with Colin. And so they called the unsportsmanlike conduct again. Not sure if that was the same penalty or a different one. The Lebanon coaches looking here don't seem very happy about it. We'll see, though. I'm not entirely sure, folks, if that was a different penalty or the same one and they were just reiterating. We'll try and clear it up if we figure that out. But Andrew, that was a big scoring drive by Lebanon. We saw Lark make a big play for the touchdown. Toole made a big play. We saw there that Landon Fouts got, I believe you said it was his 13th touchdown pass of the year, and a really nice job by the Lebanon offense to respond.
Yeah, that is his 13th touchdown pass this year. Yeah, it looks like all they need to do is do that again and have a good defense, and they're still in this.
Yeah, and you say that's all they need to do, but that is very difficult against a Western Boone team like this. So we'll see, but that is a really nice job there by Lebanon's offense, able to push through. Western Boone's defense had some good plays, some good tackles. We saw Zane Sturgis and Cannon Burns come up big on that drive, but Western Boone now only up 10-6 as opposed to 10-0 like before.
Blake, I was about to say it looks like the ball is staying on the tee, but
and you would have spoken too soon.
Yeah, I was thinking too soon there.
The tee is not wanting to hold the ball up today. Perhaps wanting to make this game as long as possible, which, hey, you know, that could be a good thing. As the kickoff goes, it's Ryan Taylor back there to receive it. Hits the ground. He's going to take it, and he is going to be stuffed at right around the 35-yard line. So a good return by Taylor, but the Lebanon special teams unit does a good job closing in on him to prevent anything more there. We'll get Western Boone's offense back onto the field, and Andrew, the Lebanon defense has got to get a stop here, you'd think. Still plenty of time left in this game, but it would be ideal for them to be able to get a stop here and get the ball back to try and take the lead.
Yeah, but with Durbin and Weekly, I think it's going to be a very tough thing for them to do.
Certainly so. We've seen them and many other players like Ryan Taylor, Ethan Bales make plenty of big plays here, and of course that offensive line, as it is a handoff to Weekly, but he is taken down immediately. Couldn't get anywhere. An immediate tackle there by the Lebanon front. And picking up, looks to be a yard. Weekly's long frame managed to pick up a yard anyway, but still going to be a 2nd and 9 here for Lebanon.
It seemed,
or for Western Boone, rather.
It seemed Weekly was into playing a quick game of leapfrog there.
Andrew, you are an analytical genius, and I'm glad you're here. We got 2nd and 9 here. Whistle blows. And get the play going here in a moment. That is some great terminology. Did you look into your crystal ball again for that one to see that was going to happen?
Yes, Blake. My crystal ball as a certified fortune teller is radiating with leapfrog right now.
Where'd you get that certification?
A specific place.
The internet? All right, anyway, here Durbin's got the ball. It's incomplete.
Yes, Blake, maybe it was the internet.
Seems like it. That pass intended for Weekly. Had to get rid of it immediately. An awesome job by the Lebanon front to get some pressure. That was number 53, Trayvon Bell, getting the pressure there. And another big play here. 3rd and 9, we said it. The Lebanon defense had to do a lot in order to stop them, but they had 2 big plays in a row. And we've got 3rd and 9. And if Lebanon gets the ball back, this could be a big opportunity for them. But Western Boone has done it a lot on these 3rd and longs. Durbin back under center again. He is going to keep it. He's under pressure. He's going to throw it deep down the field. And it is intercepted. That is number 2, Caden Lark, making the pick for Lebanon. And he'll get back to right around the 45-yard line of Western Boone. Durbin had to get rid of it immediately. Launched it down the field and overthrew just a little bit. We'll get you a replay here. Andrew, looking at this, great job again by the Lebanon front. He took a shot as he released it as well. Intended there for number 12 from Western Boone. That is Drew Gott, but a little overthrown there and a big play for the Lebanon defense.
Yeah, an incredible play by the Lebanon defense. Just the turnaround they needed right now.
And that is huge for momentum in this game. Caden Lark, the sophomore, the receiver, but he also plays defensive back, and right there he gets a pick, a big one, to get Lebanon the ball back in Western Boone territory. You can't underestimate, by the way, his run back as well. Could have stopped right there when he got the ball had he fallen down or something, but instead gets it into Weibo territory. Fout's going to keep it. He's going to try and throw. He's got some pressure. He's going to throw it too high. Intended again for Caden Lark there. Great job by Weibo's front once again. Able to get a lot of pressure on the QB. And Landon Fouts tried his best to get rid of that one and get it over to Caden Lark. It might have been a loss on the play anyway. The Western Boone guys were around him, so maybe not the worst incompletion in the world by any means, but still going to be a 2nd and 10 from the 45-yard line of Western Boone. Lebanon looking to capitalize on the turnover here. Fouts is back in shotgun once again. Looking over to the sideline, looking for the play. Snap a little high, brings it down. That right there, another good run by Brendan Shockley. A lot of sophomores on this team, Andrew, making their mark. These younger guys able to do a lot for Lebanon here on offense and make it now 3rd and 3 from the Western Boone 40. 3rd and 5, rather, from the Western Boone 40. As they get into the huddle up. Going to be interesting to see what they call here. They've had a lot of passes. You'd expect maybe another one, but you never know. Sagamore Conference so tricky with play calling. Fouts is going to keep it. Looks to throw. He's got good protection. Now he's running around. He's pointing. He's going to launch it deep and well overthrown there, out of bounds. That was to number... Didn't quite catch the number there.
Looks like maybe number 19.
Looked like it. That would be Jay Pollock if that is the case. Didn't quite catch it there. I believe you're correct, though, Andrew. So it looks like the offense is not getting off the field, Andrew. This is huge right here. Another big play. We saw 4th and 3 converted earlier. Ended up being a touchdown drive. We'll see if they can convert again, if they are indeed going for it, and it looks like they will. Landon Fouts back in shotgun. Oh, no, he's going to punt, rather. An interesting play call there. And that ball, that takes a beautiful bounce for Lebanon. You saw there. We'll get the replay there. Interesting play. It looks like Fouts is actually the punter there. And Trey Reed gets the ball. That is about as perfect as you can kick a ball right there, Andrew.
I don't think Fouts could have gotten it any closer.
Yeah, Fouts right there, able to pin them at their own 1-yard line, Western Boone. So not able to get any points off the turnover, but now Western Boone's got to drive 99 yards down the field if they want another touchdown. So nice play there. Wasn't sure. The formation was a little bit funny looking, so I wasn't sure if that was going to be a punt or an offensive play. And it turns out Landon Fouts can do a lot. He can also punt the ball. So
yeah, I think it's safe to say Fouts was going for a Josiah Smith impression with that very good kick.
Certainly so. And it's going to be a handoff there. A good gain there. That is Trevor Weekly there with a big gain there, making it a much more manageable conversion here. Remember, Andrew, deep in their own end zone, they got to be careful here because if Weekly had been stopped in the end zone, that would have been a safety and given Lebanon 2 more points. But a nice job by him to break through and pick up a good amount of yards. Western Boone still being careful here, trying not to let that happen, but they have a much better chance of avoiding it now. As the Lebanon defense tries to get the stop here. That is Durbin under center. He's going to keep it himself, it looked like. Going to push forward, and looked like a first down. We'll see, though. They're pointing. The Lebanon players are pointing in their direction for the ball. It didn't look like the referees agreed. Lebanon thought that they had the ball. They're going to say that Durbin was down on the ground and touched. That could have been a huge play right there, Andrew. The Lebanon players thought that they had stripped the ball away from Durbin, and it would have been a takeaway inside the 20-yard line. But instead, they will rule that his progress was stopped and is a first down for Western Boone, so big conversion. Durbin under center again, bails in motion, and he might have gotten the jump there. Durbin, we see that a lot, trying to call these audible plays and get the other team to jump off sides, and he gets it right there. He's very good at it. And that will be an easier 1st and 5 now for Western Boone. Andrew, that could have been a potentially game-changing play had that been a fumble recovered by Lebanon, but not able to get it right there. As we have Durbin back under center again, 1st and 5 now. And he dropped the ball. Not sure where it is. I believe he picked it up, but is going to be tackled And that is a big defensive takedown by Lebanon. That'll make it 2nd and around 6 or 7 here. So we'll get a replay here to see what happened. Mishandled by Durbin. He does get it. So he never dropped the ball, just had trouble with the snap. Wasn't able to get anything off of it. Nice job by him, Andrew, averting disaster. That could have been a big turnover if Lebanon had been able to capitalize. Durbin back under center. Going to hand it off. And that play is blown up immediately by Lebanon. A big play there on defense. A lot of guys were right on Trevor Weekly. He's pushed out of bounds. And 2nd down and 7. Now going to be a 3rd down and about maybe 4 here. 3 rather. For Western Boone. Andrew, this is a big play right here to try and convert for Western Boone.
The offense is going to have to push through the defense, but Lebanon's defense has been very good this game. They just straight-armed Weekly straight off of the field.
Durbin going to keep it, and very close. We'll see what they call it. It looked like he might have been a tad short there. We'll see, and it looks like it will be 4th and under a yard there for Durbin. We'll see. They're going to hurry up. They're going to go for it here, and looked like he got it, and he sure did. So quick hurry up there. Lucky that we caught it just in time there, Andrew. We see Western Boone do that a lot on these short down situations. They like to get up and try and rush the defense, and we saw Durbin be able to keep it and pick up a big first down, a big decision there by Coach Pelly, and it pays off.
Yeah, Coach Pelly was definitely wanting to keep that momentum going.
Yeah, and a wise decision by him. We've seen both these coaches make good decisions so far on the play calling. We saw Lebanon convert a 4th down earlier. Western Boone converting one here makes it 1st and 10. As Durbin will hand it off here. And Weekly trying to get through. Can't pick up much. It will be a 2nd down and about 5. Around the halfway point between the sticks here. Yep, 2nd and 5. We'll get the replay here. And you see Durbin here going to hand it off to Weekly, and a nice job pushing through. Took a couple of guys to take him down. Good tackle there by Jake Burns of Lebanon, the senior. And Weekly making it 2nd and 5 for the Stars. Durbin in shotgun. He's going to keep it. He's going to pitch it out to Ethan Bales, who's got huge open room. And he's going to get a big gain across the midfield there, and he was hit out of bounds, it looked like, as well, so there will be a flag down. Both of the referees around him called that. A huge play there. A really great fake by Durbin. That was a little hard to tell at first. Durbin kept the ball. We'll get a replay here so you can see the whole thing. Faked the handoff, then pitched it back to Bales, who had plenty of open room. And it is unnecessary roughness against Lebanon there.
Durbin sure does love those trick plays, whether it's causing false starts or like that, a trick handoff.
Yeah, and you got to give a lot of credit as well to Coach Pelly, being able to get the guys ready to do tricky plays like that in a game as important as this. I mean, just think about it. There's no better opportunity to do a play like that than against your big rival. And Western Boone here now with that personal foul as well, getting well into Lebanon territory, past the 40. That is 1st and 10. Durbin's going to keep it, looks to throw. He's going to throw deep, and was it caught? I believe it was caught there. What a play there by number 18 for Western Boone. That is Ree Prinzel. We've seen him make an impact recently. A big play here, and you watch Rowan Durbin make a huge throw, fakes it, runs left, and gets just enough time to deliver a perfect ball here to the sideline to Prinzel to get now 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Andrew, a beautiful play there by Durbin as he goes under center once again. Going to be stopped short, got very close. Western Boone trying to hurry it up. Looking at that throw there by Durbin, Andrew, he had some pressure on him, but the offensive line gave him just enough time, and he managed to deliver a great throw to Prinzel there for the big 1st down and goal.
Yeah, that's custom by Rowan Durbin. He's very good under pressure.
Especially so. He's only had, tonight was his 3rd pick of the season. Manages to take care of the ball very well. He's back under center again. He's going to take it. He's going to keep it himself again, but he's going to get stuffed again. Another big play by the Lebanon defense. It's 3rd and goal here. And you begin to think, Andrew, this might be 4-down territory for Western Boone at around, looks to be the 3 or 2 yard line. Looks to be the 3 of Lebanon. Coach Pelly not afraid to go for it on 4th down. If you kick the field goal here, if you don't convert on 3rd, it would make it a 7-point game. But Coach Pelly not thinking about that here on 3rd down, where we have Durbin back under center again. Now he's going to hand it off, and that is a touchdown for Western Boone. That was Trevor Weekly getting his 2nd rushing touchdown of the night to make it another 10-point lead for Western Boone with the extra point pending here. Really nice job there by Weekly.
Blake, I do believe that would be Trevor Weekly's 12th touchdown this season.
He's been so impressive this year on the ground. And he gets another big one right there. Durbin, the extra point is blocked, though. The hold was good by Durbin, just couldn't get it off quite in time. Had a lot of pressure there. That'll make it 16-6 Western Boone over Lebanon. It'll stay that way. We'll get the replay here. Bales was in motion. He hands it off to Weekly. Once again, give big credit to the Western Boone offensive line, creating a big hole for a Weekly to just push his way in. And another tough run there. 16-6 now, Western Boone over Lebanon. Now we've seen both teams have extra point opportunities taken away. Lebanon's was due to a penalty, made it a very difficult 2-point conversion try, which they did not get. Western Boone now has one blocked. One of the few, I say in quotation marks, misses by Josiah Smith there. I believe he's had 2 extra points blocked this year. One of them was last week against Danville, and another one of them was just now. I believe those are the only misses he's had all year, Andrew. So looking at that, do those even really need to count for the stat sheet?
Well, I mean, if I were in charge of the stat sheet, I would probably just ignore those. You know, I know Josiah. We're pretty good.
Andrew has the connections, people. That's for sure.
Let the record show I did take AP US History with Josiah.
That is very important to note there. We'll get you an update here on some of these other scores in just a moment after this kick by Josiah Smith. Going to kick it a little bit shorter here. Fielded by Shockley there. Trying to get some blocks. He cuts back left. He's got some room. And the ball came out. And Western Boone has recovered. That right there is a huge play by the Western Boone special teams, which has been excellent all year long.
Well, Blake, it seems like Weebo's football team was not ready for the offense to be done yet.
Certainly looks like it. Forced the fumble there. And Western Boone, I had an odd feeling, I wasn't going to say it out loud, but I had an odd feeling that there might be a big play there on either side for the special teams, and it goes to Western Boone there. And making it at the 33-yard line of Lebanon here. And making it Western Boone 1st and 10. Durbin back under center once again. Bales in motion. Going to hand it off to Weekly, who tries to get to the edge. He's stuffed once again and taken down. Does a good job holding onto the ball there. But really important play there by the Western Boone special teams. Now the momentum clearly on Western Boone's side, but still a lot of time left in this game to go, Andrew. And you mentioned that AP U.S. history class that you had with Josiah Smith, and I had a message on my phone.
I would like to give a shout-out to quite possibly the best AP U.S. history teacher at Western Boone, Mr. Cunningham.
Shout out to him. He's also a great tennis coach as well. Ethan Bales in motion. He's going to get the ball. He's going to break through. He is gone. Or is he? We'll see. He might have stepped out of bounds. We'll get a look here. It looks like he did step out. We'll get the replay here. It's still a really nice run. It's hard to tell from our angle here, folks. Bale's going to, yeah, it does look like he steps out just around the 17-yard line. But he had some open space and a really nice play design again there. Ethan Bales has been getting a lot of these sweeps on these conversions here. And he's got a lot of open room.
Blake, I think it's a possibility Ethan Bales was teasing for what's to come next.
Perhaps so. It looks like Durbin got the jump once again. And that will be 5 yards lost for Lebanon. That'll make it easier for Western Boone. Once again, Durbin able to make these, I guess shouts is how you want to describe it, able to sort of trick Lebanon into thinking that they're going to go. Lebanon's had a lot of encroachment and false start penalties in this game. Both teams have had some penalties, but Lebanon especially has had some that they should clean up on here. But still, a whole half of football left to go. 1:32 left in the second quarter. Durbin going to keep it, going to maybe pick up a yard or two. Couldn't break away. That'll make it 3rd and about 4, it looks like. We'll get the official ruling here. 2nd and 5, or 2nd and 3, rather. My apologies. It is 2nd down still. And the Western Boone offense looking to do what they've done all season, try and rush down Lebanon's throats here to try and push it in. Another handoff here. Another big first down. That's Trevor Weekly once again. He's going to get to around the 5-yard line. And Andrew, looking at the first down at the 5, I don't think it would be a huge shock here if Western Boone keeps running the ball because it seems to be working.
Yeah, I think it's very possible that the ball may be run up the middle. And I think it's equally as possible it's either going to be Durbin or Weekly.
Would certainly be a good guess there. Durbin under center. He's going to hand it off. There's a flag down. Weekly got stuffed immediately. Maybe picked up a yard there. We'll see what the flag is for. Referee threw that one pretty quickly after the play had started. Looks like it'll be against the Stars. It'll be a shot block. It'll be against Western Boone here. And quick eyes by the refs to call that one. Make it a more difficult conversion now all the way back to the 19-yard line, a 15-yard penalty. It's still going to be, though, 2nd and goal. Or 1st and goal, rather. I believe it is 1st and goal still. Yep, there will be 1st and goal, so they'll replay the down. But Western Boone having to go 19 instead of 4 now, much more difficult. Bales in motion once again. Durbin's going to keep it. He's going to look to throw. He's going to pass it to the end zone. And incomplete. That one intended for the touchdown there. That would have been, trying to get a good look here. I believe it was Taylor. I believe it was Ryan Taylor there on that play. A little hard to tell. When you have contacts, Andrew, and they just stop working at times, makes it a little difficult to tell who is on the potential receiving end. But that play didn't work out regardless for Western Boone.
Yeah, Blake, maybe next time you commentate, you should wear your contacts and your glasses.
Good advice, Andrew, I think. And it's going to be handoff to Taylor. No, he still got the ball, rather. Taylor, end zone. Touchdown, Western Boone. Looked like a handoff to Ryan Taylor. Looking at the clock there, I didn't even notice. There's 1 second left on the game clock in this first half. So that right there is a massive play for Western Boone. That is just incredible being able to get that. Because if they had not gotten it, they would have had about a second left. They could have kicked a field goal, potentially. Likely what they would have done there with only 1 play left. But instead they get a huge touchdown. Nearly blocked again for Josiah Smith, but he gets this one through. 23-6 Western Boone. Let's look at this replay here, because I did not catch the game clock there, how quickly it was going by. So it was handed off to Taylor, then back to Blake Miller, back to Durbin, and Ryan Taylor had no coverage on him. And Durbin able to make one of the easiest touchdown passes of his life there. And that right there, another incredible play there by Western Boone. We'll get the slow motion here. Taylor to Miller to Durbin, and then back to Ryan Taylor again. We saw a play like that in the first game of the year, which I called with Colin. called. It was against Sheridan, and it was a big play where Western Boone had a bunch of laterals, and then Durbin threw it back down the field to Taylor, and he ran in for a touchdown. And that was huge, Andrew, because now all Lebanon's going to have is maybe an opportunity for a special teams Hail Mary sort of play here. But we'll see. That's huge, Andrew. What do you got to say about that one?
Well, I think it's pretty clear that the Webo, just the entire Webo football team has not slowed down since day one.
That right there, a huge play. I'm being told by Mr. Cunningham that apparently it is called a cadence to draw the players offside, so thank you for that. Squib kick there, recovered, looked like by Lebanon, and it sure is. Not surprising there. That'll run out the clock. And we'll go into halftime here. 23-6, Western Boone over the Lebanon Tigers here. Big game, potential conference title on the line. And we'll take it to halftime here. And we'll be right back with the second half of Western Boone Stars versus the Lebanon Tigers here on WBTV Sports.
Whitaker Glass and Mirror, located across from the Lebanon Municipal Building, has been serving the Boone County area for nearly 15 years. Whitaker takes care of windows, specialty glass, mirrors, windshields, and more. Contact Troy and Janie at 765-482-1500 or online at www.whitglass.com.
For all your lawn care needs, contact Frosty Green Landscaping. John Foster and his crew have over 20 years of experience. For all your mowing, mulching, plant installation, and leaf removal, contact Frosty Green Landscaping at 765-336-3367.
Thanks for joining us for the Smith Tees halftime show. I'm joined with starting quarterback Rowan Durbin of Western Boone. Thanks for joining us, Rowan.
Yeah, good to be here.
So far this year, you guys have done a really good job, and you especially, you've done great in the QB role. 14 total touchdowns, only 1 pick through 4 games. What have you done to get to this point to become the starter, and what do you think you and the guys can improve on going forward?
Yeah, it's kind of, we all throughout the summer and the off season, we work in the weight room and getting better. Practicing pretty much all year, doing something, so we're always involved, whether that's football or other things. But, that kind of keeps us all ready to go. So when the season rolls around, then we can hit the ground running. So
that grind never stops, as they say.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly.
Well, you played really well through your first 4 games, but you've also done a great job on the ground as well as in the air. You've got, I believe, 9 total touchdowns on the ground. How has your ability to scramble and keep the plays alive and get these rushing touchdowns really helped to diversify the offense?
Yeah, our offense is kind of centered around those big guys up front and then Trev in the backfield. But the triple option thing, it does. It kind of opens up Trevor by being able to stretch things out to the outside, and that kind of obviously it's worked all right for us, but. We're always looking to get better and to keep on, expanding and doing more and more every week. So.
Yeah, and you guys are coming off of a tough loss last week to Tri-West, your first of the year. How do you guys think you're going to be able to come back and be able to bounce back and get back into the winning column this week?
Yeah, last Saturday, Pelly said, the sun's going to come up tomorrow, talking about last weekend, and it's kind of one of those things where. You learn from your mistakes, and you go through practice all week working on cleaning stuff up that we kind of expose ourselves of on film. And so just getting back to what we do and and just playing our game, and that's how we win games. So.
And lastly, you guys are taking on Northmont this week, back at home. What do you guys think Northmont will bring to the table, and how do you think the fans will impact the outcome of this game?
Yeah, the fans, they're always great. We always have a great turnout. Every game, home or away, the bleachers are always full. So there's nothing better than running out Friday night with a full crowd. But Northmont, I mean, they're the kind of team that if you don't do what you're supposed to, then they can get you. So our goal, our job tonight is just to do what we do, to get back to what we do, and we should expect to win, expect to work for it, but I think we'll be just fine.
Well, thank you so much for the insight, Rowan. Good luck in the second half, and thank you for watching the Smith Tees Halftime Show.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you need shirts for a school, business, club, or anything else? Give Willie Smith and Smith Tees Screen Printing a call. Smith Tees will give you excellent service with satisfaction guaranteed. Just call 765-436-7930.
WBTV would like to thank Nick Threlkeld for being a longtime sponsor of the Western Boone Radio TV class. And just like Nick's dedication to Western Boone, he's dedicated to making sure all of your insurance needs are taken care of. Give Nick a call at Ellinger Riggs Insurance for all of your auto, home, farm, life, and business. That's Ellinger Riggs Insurance at 765-790-4365.
For all your heating and cooling needs, contact Tyler at Trent Heating and Cooling. With over 20 years of experience, you can count on Trent Heating and Cooling to be there for all your repairs, service, and new installation. Give Trent's Heating and Cooling a call at 765-676-5883.
Are the great outdoors where you prefer to spend your days? Do you find agriculture and operating a large equipment interesting? Co-Alliance may be the place for you. Your local, farmer-owned cooperative is looking for people like you. We're hiring for our harvest season. Co-Alliance has opportunities right in your backyard, and we're proud to be owned and operated by your friends and neighbors. Check out www.coalliance.com/careers to find your career you've been looking for.
The 1920 Vault Carryout Restaurant and Catering would like you to know we serve a full menu daily along with our daily specials. Whether it's our huge hand-breaded tenderloin, our made-from-scratch pies and cookies, or our long line of catering items, we know you will come back again and again. Located in the old Sigler's Diner on State Road 39, try the 1920 Vault. See you soon.
Cardinal Shot Blast Equipment is the preferred supplier of new and rebuilt shot blast equipment. Cardinal is your #1 service provider for any brand of shot blast machine. Check out their website at cardinalpe.com or give them a call at 317-647-2008.
For all your hair needs, visit Allison Williams at Ray Luxury Hair Salon. With over 7 years of experience, she specializes in hand tying, hair coloring, and product suggestion. Contact her at 317-688-1695 or email her at allisonm.williams@salonlofts.com to book an appointment today.
Scott's Rex and Restorations is a proud sponsor of WBTV Sports. Scott's is located at 515 North State Road 75 in Dover. From accident repair to restoring your dream car, no job is too big for Scott's. That's Scott's Rex and Restorations, bringing your automotive dreams to life.
is on the way to the state fair. Her biggest honor was receiving Best Performer at last year's band banquet. She plans to major in theater at a college in New Hampshire while also pursuing her modeling career. And Olivia White, escorted by her mom, Heather, Nana Vicky, cousin Ona. She was excited to be interviewed by Chuck Lofton on TV for Operation Football, and Olivia plans to major in theater education. And now our senior band members, Molly Barber. Molly plays trumpet, and she's being escorted by Mom Jill and Dad Steve. She will remember winning 6th at State Fair Finals for Barriers to Bridges. Molly's future plans are to major in psychology to become a clinical therapist. Jade Barton. Jade plays the alto saxophone, and Jade is being escorted by Mom Amy and Dad Michael. Jade will remember the Wall of Rain, and Jade plans to major in interior design or construction. Jill Brubaker. Jill plays the mellophone, and she's being escorted by Mom Christy, Dad Mike, and siblings Riley and Noah. Jill will always remember feeling the adrenaline crash after her first state fair band day. And she plans to attend Purdue and major in animal science. Caden Burris. Caden plays the clarinet and is being escorted by his parents, Matthew and Heather. He loves sleeping at every competition and being the section leader his senior year. Caden plans to study engineering and mathematics in college. Sam Cadle. Sam is part of the drum line. He is being escorted by parents Billy and Brenda. Sam loved riding on the percussion bus his freshman year, even though he was not a percussionist. And Eric Cully. Eric Cully plays the mellophone, and he's being escorted by his parents. Eric will remember State Fair Band Day and the finals because they finished out of the night and sounded really good. Eric plans to major in anthropology at either IU or Ball State. Haley Hale. Haley plays the alto saxophone and is being escorted by parents Ronnie and Serena. Haley will always remember the late night bus rides home after competition. She plans to attend Ball State and double major in chemistry and microbiology. Jonathan Harder. Jonathan plays the trombone and synth. He's being escorted by his mother. Jonathan remembers forgetting the laptop on state finals day. He plans to attend college for music performance. Oliver Hutchison. Oliver plays the trumpet and is the high brass section leader. He's being escorted by his parents. Oliver will always remember soloing in front of the grandstand at State Fair Band Day, and he plans to attend Purdue for network engineering. Ella Johnson. Ella is part of the drum major. She's being escorted by parents Amy and Luke and her brother Adam. Ella won't forget standing for the awards at State Fair Finals, waiting for their score and placement. She plans to attend IU to study undergraduate physics and pursue a PhD in the field. Jeremy Mullins. Jeremy plays trumpet and is being escorted by his father, Anthony Mullins. Jeremy enjoyed State Fair Band Days and won't forget when he had a Neil Atkins cardboard cutout that he waved around frantically whenever another band was called. He plans to attend college for civil engineering. Olivia Parker. Olivia plays the clarinet, and she's being escorted by parents Krista and Jeff and brothers Ben and Chris. Olivia won't forget gaming with Band Nate Floor during State Fair. Her biggest accomplishment is getting 6th at State Fair with the highest score in Lebanon High School history her senior year. She plans to get her bachelor's degree in exercise science and a doctorate of physical therapy. Samuel Piper. Sam plays the baritone. He's being escorted by parents George and Leanne. He will always remember playing the bass guitar at the pit for Adam's family under the direction of Mrs. Springer. Samuel plans to attend Purdue and pursue a pre-vet pathway. Flor Riss. Flor plays the bass drum. She's being escorted by her mom, Irene Riss, and her 2 younger sisters. Flor is happy to have switched from clarinet to bass from her junior year, but will remember falling over when she first tried it on. She plans to enlist in the military while also studying in college. John Riley. John plays the percussion section. He's being escorted by his parents, Ray and Kathy, and her sister, Adeline. John plans to attend Ball State and study architecture. Sam Schott. Sam plays marimba and is the pit section leader. He's being escorted by his mom, dad, and sister. Sam had many good memories with his bandmates, but won't forget when Garrett found the marinara Curtis's head. He plans to attend computer science at either IUPUI or Ball State. Gabe Shores. Gabe plays the tuba and is the section leader. Gabe is being escorted by his mom. His best memory is Connor Bigler's existence. He plans to attend Purdue to study computer science. And Nick Smith. Nick plays the trumpet. He's being escorted by his parents and two brothers. He'll never forget winning 6th place at the State Fair Band Day. Nick plans to attend Ball State to pursue a degree in architecture. Jalen Stocksville. Jalen plays the baritone and is being escorted by his mom Megan and grandpa Robert. Jalen won't forget the wall of rain during rehearsal his freshman year. Gracie Stoller. Gracie plays the trombone and is a baritone player. She's being escorted by mom Brenda and dad Curtis. Her best memory is playing in the trio with Aaron Carter and Ben Ward her junior year and placing sixth during the same season. She plans to pursue a pre-physical therapy pathway at IU or Purdue. Ben Ward. Ben plays the trombone and is being escorted by parents Amy and Jeff, siblings Andy and Abby. Ben will always remember soloing twice at the Indiana State Fair Band Day and getting selected for the 2022 Macy's Great American Marching Band. Ben plans to double major in music education and performance with a major in jazz studies at Jacobs School of Music at IU Bloomington.
Hello and welcome back to the Western Boone Stars at the Lebanon Tigers. We've had a very exciting game so far. Western Boone up 23-6 at the half, getting ready for the second half here. I want to give some shout-outs here to some of the people watching in our audience. Looking at these YouTube comments, we have people from Orange Beach, Alabama. We have some folks from Los Angeles watching, more folks from Alabama. The Covered Bridge Festival. That's an interesting one. Awesome. And Bonita Springs, Florida as well. Thank you to everybody who's watching, whether in Indiana or anywhere else. Very awesome to see all of you watching here. Andrew, you've got some shout-outs as well.
Yes, I think we should shout out some very prominent people in the Weibo community. We've got homecoming teacher queen of, I think, maybe 4 or 5 times now, Mrs. Swisher, watching from somewhere in the United States, I'm assuming. And then in our home state of Indiana, we've got Mrs. Bush and Graham Cavins watching.
Let's go, Graham. Graham is awesome.
Along with the best AP US history teacher at Western Boone, Mr. Cunningham.
Thank you to everybody for watching. And thank you to Cunningham for explaining to me what a cadence is. That is very important. So we've got, looking here, getting ready for the second half kickoff. Looks like Lebanon will be kicking to Western Boone here, which is huge because looking at this, Andrew, right now, Lebanon already down 17 points going into the second half. They're going to need a big play here. Had some opportunities for some. It did get a good touchdown drive, but that's really all they've been able to put together here. And giving the ball right back to Western Boone's offense. It's a little scary for the Tigers, but they have an opportunity, if they can get the stop, to get back on offense and try and get back into this game. But first, we've got the special teams formations out here.
Yeah, I think it's very safe to say that Lebanon is going to come off firing all cylinders, whether that be defense, offense, or special teams.
Conference title on the line here as we get into the second half. Ryan Taylor going to field the ball. Going to have some trouble with it. Going to have more trouble with it. And he's going to have to just fall onto it at around the 10-yard line of the Stars. So it could have been a total disaster there. Taylor able to fall back on top of it, and that'll be 10-yard line for the Stars. So not a great start to the half for them, but they still have an opportunity here. And Lebanon now, Andrew, if they can stuff Western Boone here and force the kick from deep within their own territory, they could get some good field position, but still very early. Going to have to see how this goes.
Yeah, Lebanon's really going to have to be trying hard here, because we know for a fact from this game alone that both teams can really clutch up when they need to deep in their territory.
We have Durbin back under center again for the first play on offense of the second half. He's going to hand it off there and picking up maybe a yard or two there. That was Trevor Weekly there with yet another carry for a short gain. Going to give him a good spot there. Going to be around 2 or 3 yards. We'll get the official mark in a moment. Just trying to get the read here. 2nd and 8. So a 2-yard gain there. 2nd down for the Stars. Under center is Durbin. He'll hand it off again and stuffed again. And not able to pick up anything there. Once again, Trevor Weekly making it now 3rd and 8. And this right there, Andrew, you mentioned Lebanon going to come out firing on all cylinders here to try and get back into this game. And so far on 2 consecutive runs, they've done a good job at stuffing Western Boone.
Yeah, they're really taking advantage of a couple fumbles, a couple missed opportunities by Weibo's offense, but they're going to have to keep in it right now.
3rd down. Durbin's got the ball. He's going to throw it to Taylor, and incomplete. A little bit too high there. Going to force a very big punt there. And Lebanon will be able to get the stop here, assuming the Stars don't fake it or something like that, which would be very surprising here. So it looks like Josiah Smith will be out there to punt the ball away. So Andrew, you mentioned it. Defense had to come out firing, and they do it here and get the ball back to their offense, down 17. That's step 1 if Lebanon wants to get back into this thing. Josiah Smith has the ball. He'll punt it away. And a very good punt right there. Going to bounce around. Now Lebanon will pick it up after a couple of bounces. And in open field, he's still going all the way down inside the 15-yard line. That is Caden Lark right there. A huge play, and now the Tigers with this replay here, there is a flag down. We'll see what it is for. But if it stands, this will be a massive play. It's against Lebanon. But it'll be a 10-yard penalty. We'll see where they spot the ball. I'm not sure if it is a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul or 10 yards from the end of the return. We'll get a look here. It looks like it'll be, they're going back pretty far. Yes, it will be from the spot of the foul, 10-yard penalty. So it'll be back to the 47-yard line. Andrew, another unnecessary penalty by Lebanon, hurting a huge play there.
Yeah, fortunate for Lebanon. It is still on Weibo's side, though.
Still good field position. Fouts back under center, quick throw, and going to take it and run with it and pick up a few yards. That is Trey Rees there on the receiving end, the junior there. Ethan Bales taking him out of bounds on that play.
It's clear that the Weibo defense is putting up a good fight. You can see Rees waiting there, trying to look for an opening.
Fouts under, I should say, in shotgun again. 2nd and 3. 10:20 left in the 3rd quarter here. Looking to the sideline here. Fouts looking for the play call. Still looking. Now they are going quick after finally getting the call. In shotgun is Fouts. He'll hand it off, and very close to a first down. That was number 1, Carson Toole, who got the ball there, and they're going to mark him just short of first down yards. It'll be 3rd and less than a yard, perhaps inches even there. Looking back again to the sideline for the play call. Sees Caden Lark shifting over to the left. He's got receivers to his left. back in the backfield. We'll see. Third and less than a yard. Wide open man up there. Still going, and that is, looks like number 18, Dax Frost, I believe, had the reception there. Or that might have been number 19, actually. That was Jay Pollock, I believe. Get the replay here. Wide open man on that play. And Carter Markham made the tackle there. Make it 1st and 10. Now inside the 30-yard line. Fouts given time. Now he's under pressure and he's sacked. A huge play there by the Western Boone defense. Number 55 there for Western Boone, Evan Koch, was in on that. Big blitz here by Western Boone, able to get the pressure on the edge. Number 65, rather, I should say. That was, I believe, that was number 65. That's Luke Barta. Yes, that was Luke Barta. My apologies. Luke Barta there, getting the sack. Had a lot of pressure. Fouts had nowhere to go. Initially had some good protection, but getting on the edge was Luke Barta for a huge Western Boone sack to take Lebanon further back here. It's going to be 2nd and 18 now.
Blake, I know this is only my side.
Fouts trying to break away. Now he's going to go deep on the run and overthrew him, incomplete, out of bounds. And that'll be now 3rd and 18 here. What were you going to say, Andrew?
Well, I know this is only my second game commentating, but it's nice to see a couple other players get in the spotlight a little bit with Barta getting that tackle in.
Yes, we've seen a lot of players on Western Boone get action throughout the year. We've caught a lot of different names. We've seen a lot of players, obviously, on all these teams. But obviously, calling all these Western Boone games, you start to notice some of these players later in the year getting more action than ever before. We've seen a couple of guys in this game step up. That was, I believe, the first sack of the night for the Stars defense. It's 3rd and 18. Fouts going to try and get some room, and he's sacked once again. That was Cannon Bruins getting the pressure and the big sack here. And that'll bring up 4th and forever. And you wonder what Lebanon is going to do here. Bruins getting in. You saw Zane Sturgis was close as well. And he couldn't escape him. And now Fouts might need to punt this thing away again. We'll see, though, what they do here. It will be a punt. And my goodness, it is going to go into the end zone for a touchback. That was very nearly a perfect punt again by the quarterback of Fouts there. And you saw that Andrew was rolling. I thought it was going to stop at the 1 once again, but it does go into the end zone for the touchback. Western Boone got to get this thing at their own 20, and they have a big opportunity after that quick 3-and-out early to try and get back moving on offense and pick up more points to try and pull this thing out.
Yeah, that very close touchback, it's proving tonight is definitely a game of inches. Almost another perfect kick there.
For sure. That one was very, very close. Just rolled into the end zone. If they had a guy there to do it, they could have batted it out right at the 1. Western Boone does get it at the 20. Still difficult field position for them, but they've made a lot of progress throughout this season getting these tough positions. Going to hand it off there to Trevor Weekly, who picked up, initially was blocked, then picked up a few more. Ends up picking up around 4 or 5 yards there. Make it 2nd and manageable. 2nd and 6 here for the Stars. And Andrew, I believe this Western Boone is likely going to keep running the ball here, just try and bleed some clock here, because every incompletion stops the clock, so even a couple of seconds can make the huge difference. Durbin is back under center once again. He's got Ryan Taylor in motion. Maybe picks up a couple of yards there. We've seen a lot of these pitches back after motion. He's going to pick up 1 officially. And now we see with Ryan Taylor able to pick up 1 yard there. A lot of these plays, especially with Ethan Bales, we see it a lot. These sort of pitch out, end around plays, They work really well for Weibo a lot of the time, but Lebanon read that one pretty well there. It is now 3rd and 5. Durbin trying to draw him off again with the cadence. Doesn't work. He's going to hand it off again, and very close to a first down. Got tripped up is Trevor Weekly. They're ready to hurry up and go for it here. It looks like they are going to go for it. Durbin under center again. Going to try and push forward, and he gets it. Gets bent on the play, but he does pick up the first down. And took a bit of a shot there. You see another good job by the Western Boone offense pushing Durbin forward. Was stopped initially, but the offensive line manages to push him forward, Andrew. And like you mentioned, game of inches here, and every inch matters, and it's going to get Western Boone the first down.
Most definitely.
Blake Miller's out wide to the left. Durbin back under center once again. Bales in motion, going to hand it off. Going to actually keep it and pitch it out to Bales. And he's got some room, and he's going to be tripped up after a gain of 7 or 8 yards here. Make it 2nd and short here. Maybe 2nd and 2 or 3 once we get the official spot. And the Lebanon defense having trouble stopping this running game, even though they're only giving up a few yards at a time. When they keep on picking up those yards consistently, Western Boone is going to keep converting here. Makes it difficult for Lebanon's defense to get off the field. Meanwhile, some paper flying onto the field. 3rd or 2nd down. Going to hand it off again. Weekly going to come up about a yard short of the first down. Make it 3rd and 1. See what happens here. Getting back into the huddle once again. The Western Boone offensive line doing a good job getting these blocks. Back to 3rd and 1 here. Another critical down. Coach Pelle has already shown on this drive itself he's not afraid to have his team go for it. Hand it off once again to Trevor Weekly, and he's got it for a first down. Down near the 45-yard line for the Stars. Andrew manages to stretch out his body and pick up a few here. Looking at this replay. Critical, he's going to just keep draining the clock away for Lebanon, trying to get the ball back. But when they keep running the ball this effectively, it is very difficult to see the Lebanon offense getting back on the field soon. But still plenty of opportunities. Trying to draw him off once again. Durbin under center. He'll rush forward himself and pick up a good chunk of yardage there. Takes a shot but gets right up. And Andrew, looking at that, Durbin keeps it a lot there. What have you noticed about that?
Well, I've noticed that's a very common theme throughout this entire season. A whole lot of running up the middle, especially with Durbin keeping it. And I did want to mention, as you said just a little bit ago, Coach Pelle is not afraid for them to go for it. And seeing as their lowest scoring game was 33 points last week, I think he's definitely going to want to keep going for it to make up that 10-point difference.
Certainly so. You'd like to think if you're Coach Pelle and the Stars. Hand it off once again here. Weekly had nowhere to go. Guy thrown down after the play. No yellow there. Picks up maybe a yard. Make it 3rd and 4 here. Get you a quick update. We were mentioning earlier, Tri-West has an opportunity to tie the winner of this game for the Sagamore Conference. They're currently up in the 3rd quarter, 28-0 over Southmont. So unless there is a big change, never say never, but unless there's a big change, Tri-West will be likely partial winners of the Sagamore Conference. One of these two teams can tie it. Lebanon beat Tri-West. Weibo lost to Tri-West. So interesting dynamic there. Durbin going to keep it, look for the throw, going to pass it, complete to Ethan Bales, try to get a move on. Looks like he'll come up a tad short of the first down. Very, very close there, Andrew. It's going to be less than a yard. And good tackle there by Lebanon to keep him from picking up that one additional yard. Bales nearly got away for more yardage, but couldn't quite get it done there. And make up 4th and short. Also like to mention North Montgomery up 8-6 over Danville in quarter number 3. Western Boone going for it here. or at least looking like they might go for it. Might just be trying to draw them off sides. Wouldn't be surprised if they do. And they do go for it. The play is blown dead, though. We'll have to see what that is. Western Boone takes a timeout here. And with that, I believe we should probably take a quick timeout ourselves as well. 2 minutes left in the third quarter here. We'll be right back with WBTV Sports after this.
Sports fans, welcome back to Game Time, to pure spirit, to pure sport. Welcome back to high school sports.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and I just want to say, welcome back.
This is Game Time. This is Indiana high school sports. This is your IHSAA.
Welcome back to the Western Boone Stars and the Lebanon Tigers. Western Boone on a drive that has lasted a very long time here, taking a lot of time off of the clock. Just 2 minutes left here in the third quarter of action. Fourth and short, Western Boone took a timeout to discuss what they're going to do here on this critical fourth down attempted conversion. And Andrew, what do you think the Stars are going to do here? Look into your crystal ball. What do you think is going to happen?
All right, Blake. My crystal ball is radiating. I am sensing a big run with a big pass from Durbin to, I'm going to say, Bales.
There's going to be a run and a throw?
Yes.
Alrighty.
All of the above, Blake.
Bold prediction.
There may even
Durbin
be
will keep it, and he'll get the first down. So it was a big run, not a big pass. So you're partially correct, Andrew.
There's going to be a big pass this time.
You just feel it, don't you?
I'm calling it right now.
See here, the clock will continue to run. 1 minute 45 and ticking down in the third quarter here. Western Boone has done an excellent job here, Andrew, controlling this game. That's the most important thing, being able to run down the clock, get Lebanon not much time to try and make this comeback. They still have time, but not as much as before. Durbin back under center once again. He's going to hand it off to Trevor Weekly. There's a flag down, 2 flags down, in fact. Both of the referees in the backfield and at the line of scrimmage threw flags at the scene. We'll see what this is for. It looks like Weibo is going to be going back here. We'll see what the call is for. Just give it a moment.
You know, Blake, you've been talking a whole lot about how there's a lot riding on tonight. I think it's also important to note that if Weibo wins this game tonight, they will have won more games this year than last season, which they ended 7-5.
Yes, and that was including their playoff games last year. They went 5-4 in their regular season. If they can finish 8-1, that would be a huge improvement for them. Looking at that play, by the way, it was a hold on the Stars and a face mask on the Tigers, so those 2 penalties will offset and they'll redo first down, 1st and 10 for Western Boone. And that doesn't help Lebanon because now the clock is going to run down more than before. We're getting down to about a minute, nearly under a minute here. Durbin's going to keep it again. Picks up a good amount of yardage, gets near the 40 and a first down. And looking at that, not surprising to see Western Boone's run game so effective at running down the clock here. The Lebanon Tigers with every passing second, Andrew, feeling the pressure to need to get the stop and get their offense back on the field if they want a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they've been able to overcome that pressure earlier in the game. They're just going to have to prove that they still have the momentum to get this.
Western Boone not going to let an additional second stay on this clock if they can. They're going to take this thing all the way down as much as they can. Durbin under center. He's going to hand it off again to Weekly. And had a lot of people on him. Going to get close. And he's going to get to the 37-yard line of the Tigers. And that's going to bring us, as these additional seconds pass, to the end of the third quarter here. 23-6 Western Boone. We'll be right back after this quick break with the fourth quarter of action.
North Salem State Bank is still your #1 choice for local banking. North Salem State Bank was established in 1923 and is excited to be celebrating their 100th year of community banking in 2023. Please visit any of their 9 locations for all your banking and trust needs. Where caring still counts. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
DTP Entertainment is West Central Indiana's choice for premier entertainment. With 20-plus years experience, they will provide you with professional service at the everyday budget price. Contact them for a free consultation and experience the DTP difference. At DTP Entertainment, they're big enough to serve, small enough to care.
Hi, my name is Michael Behrens, and I'm a current meteorologist at WZZM-TV in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I bought this advertisement simply to support the awesome work that the Western Boone radio TV program does and the opportunities it provides to students. In fact, that's how I got my start in television. Without this amazing program, I would not be where I am today. So please, do what you can to support this unique program and the students who dedicate so much to make it a success. Thanks for watching WBTV.
Smart Manufacturing is always there for your welding, fabrication, and design needs. Locally owned and operated by Gary Cummins and Dale Thompson. Stop by their new facility 7 miles south of Lebanon on Lebanon-Pittsboro Road. Or you can always give them a call at 765-481-8650. That's Smart Manufacturing.
Welcome back to the Western Boone Stars and the Lebanon Tigers. Apologies here. A couple of little bit going on with our camera here. We're getting worked on it. You missed a quick play there. It was Andrew, did you happen to catch who had the ball on that play?
No, Blake. I was a little concerned with technology.
Yes, that is very important. I thought it might have been either Ryan Taylor or Ethan Bales. Picked up a good amount of yards, got the first down for the Stars.
I just want to get this out there really quick, Blake. I don't know about you, but I'm especially on the lookout for a pancake block in this last quarter.
Andrew, you know what a pancake block is?
Yeah, let me pull up something. It seems that a pancake block is when the O-lineman blocks a defender onto their back. And this is coming straight from the best AP US history teacher in Webo, Mr. Cunningham.
He's the best. Rowan Durbin still got it. Trying to get to the edge. Gets slammed down. He'll pick up a couple of yards there. And, Cunningham is making me feel inferior in my football knowledge tonight.
Well, I mean, at least you've learned what a cadence is. But speaking of Cunningham even more, I think it's worth noting that Rowan Durbin was also in that AP US class last year.
That is huge information right there.
Huge information.
You know, that maybe he learned a lot of his football knowledge from Cunningham himself.
I think so, yes.
2nd and 5 here. Durbin back under center again. Taylor in motion. Weekly is hit immediately. Had nowhere to go there. Great job by the Lebanon defense. That right there was number 52, Mason Crew for Lebanon, getting the tackle there. Might have been for a slight loss. It looks like it was for a 1-yard loss there. But even then, the clock continues to run. Lebanon now, they still have all their timeouts. Western Boone down to 2 timeouts. And Durbin back under center on a 3rd down. We'll see what happens here. Going to hand it off again to Weekly. And he's got it for another big Western Boone 1st down to continue to run this thing down. It has been very difficult for Lebanon here as they try to get a stop on this great Western Boone run game. See here, Durbin going to hand it off to Weekly and just push through for all those extra yards. And Andrew, we haven't seen him make a ton of explosive plays tonight. We've seen him make a few for sure. But he's been able to make these crucial 3rd down conversions.
Very true. We are going, it seems, for a lot of small plays on each team.
Durbin's going to keep it. He's going to pitch it out to Ryan Taylor. He's going to pick up a few. He is taken out of bounds, so that will stop the clock at 9:24. Lebanon looking for life here on defense. Western Boone now well into the red zone. And get you a quick update if we can on these scores. Tri-West now up 35-0 over Southmont in the fourth. North Montgomery up 8-6 over Danville also in the fourth. Obviously the crowd here looking at that Tri-West game as the rain continues to come down here. Slowing down a little bit, there is some rain. And interesting here, we'll see what happened there. Referees blew the whistle. Just get a quick look here. So the crowd looking at that Tri-West Southmont game, it looks like Tri-West is going to be able to take care of business unless there is a miraculous finish there. Meanwhile, Durbin here trying to steal it for Western Boone if they can. Pitches it out. He's got open room, and he is into the end zone. Trevor Weekly with his third rushing touchdown of the day. And that, Andrew, could potentially, don't want to say anything yet, but that could be the dagger here tonight for Western Boone.
Quite possibly, and the team is inching closer and closer to breaching that 33 mark on their, thus far, their lowest scoring game this season.
Yeah, certainly in a game like this, Western Boone able to run down the clock very efficiently. Josiah Smith's kick is good. Make it 30-6 here. We'll see Durbin hand it off to Weekly, and that is just pure effort by Trevor Weekly. Manages to avoid a stumble, and he's gone. A very, very effective drive by Western Boone. I'm not sure how much time they took off the clock there, but ran from, I want to say, the around maybe the 8-minute mark of the third quarter all the way to the 9-minute mark of the fourth. So nearly I can't do math right now. That's around a 11-minute drive, right? 8 minutes in this quarter, or in that quarter, 3 in this one.
Yes, that is true. And
shout out to
another shout out, Mr.
Yes.
Brunny and Mrs. Foxworthy, some of the best math teachers in the county, teaching at Webo.
Yes, and also to the retired Mr. Smith, another great math teacher, and Mrs. Sanders as well.
Yes, we can't forget about the Pep Club sponsor, Mrs. Sanders.
Yes, I've also been asked to give a couple more shout outs here to Mrs. Evans from Thorntown Elementary, my grandparents from Oklahoma, and we got Mrs. Hayden, the principal at Thorntown Elementary, also listening here. So we got a lot of important people here
and
in
also
the community.
Blake, not sure if she's listening, but I think we should shout out the best ceramics teacher at Webo, Mrs. Owens.
Oh, for sure. By far the greatest ceramics teacher at Western Boone right now, for sure. And that's a touchback for the Stars. Josiah Smith hits another one. 9:18 left to go. Western Boone with a comfortable lead, looking to seal up a tie for the conference title here. It would be their first one since the 14-1 state championship season of 2019. Remember, in their 2020 season where they won it, they did not win conference. They went on to win the state championship anyway. Started that year 1-3 and only lost one more game the rest of the year and went on a hot streak in the playoffs that year. This team looking to be 8-1 in the regular season, just like that 2019 team was. Here's a handoff here. A keeper, actually, and a good play here by the quarterback, Fouts. Managed to keep it. He's a little slow to get up, but he is up and going. That'll be a first down for Lebanon as they try to get some more points onto the board here. Going very quickly, as you can see. Not much time left to go here. Having to do anything they can. He's going to hand it off, and he's going to be stuffed immediately. That was number 1, Carson Toole. Tried to get in there. Zane Sturgis, Cannon Bruins, a couple of the guys in there for Western Boone, as well as Luke Barta getting in on that tackle. You also see Philip Talbot, just to name a few of the guys on that stop. 2nd and 8. The clock is very important here with about 8:30 to go here in the fourth. Lebanon got to be watching it here. Snap. Taking to the right. Throw. Quick throw. It is caught by Carson Toole again. And does get out of bounds to stop the clock there. Looking at this play, Andrew. Nice job by Fouts avoiding the pressure, being able to get out and make a throw on the run. A nice play there. And looks like just around the first down mark, maybe a yard short to make it 3rd and 1 for the Tigers as they look to put some more points onto the board here. And Andrew, trying to get out of bounds on these plays is all important because the clock will stop here. Lebanon is going to take a lot for them to get this thing back in range to potentially come back. But if they want any chance, they got to be getting out of bounds and going quickly.
Very true. We've been talking about how it's a game of inches. They're 1 yard away from another first down, but it's also a game of seconds and minutes in this great game tonight.
8:19 left to go, 3rd and 1. Lebanon's got the ball as they look to convert here. Another handoff. That is to Carson Toole. He's got some room, and he's going to get some yardage there. Yes, they remarked it on the last play and gave Lebanon a first down there. So now they had 1st and 10 there. Now it is 2nd and 4. Currently score still the same in that North Montgomery and Danville matchup and the Southmont Tri-West game going into the 4th quarters there. Fouts plays blown dead. Looks like it's going to be against Lebanon. It looks like it'll be a false start here. Yep, that is what it is. We've seen a lot of those tonight.
Yeah, it's turning out to be pretty unfortunate for Lebanon. They've been trying to build their momentum up, and they just about had it there, but just another penalty took it away from them.
Yeah, and perhaps, looking at this, Western Boone getting that touchdown with a second left in the half might have deflated Lebanon a little bit. Tried to come out firing, did a good job on defense, but had trouble on that second drive. Fouts is going to loft it up, and that one's going to be out of bounds, incomplete. That one was going for number 19 of the Tigers, Jay Pollock. And the Stars forcing another incompletion there. Fouts threw it too far. 3rd and 8 here. Stars looking to try and get the ball back once again. Obviously down 24 with 7:10 left. This is certainly 4-down territory regardless for Lebanon. And Andrew, how are they going to try and convert here with this stout Western Boone defense?
Well, I think the only option they have really is a big play here. No small running up the middle.
Fouts is going to go to the left. He has a lot of room. He's got a first down, and he's going to get out of bounds near the 30-yard line.
He found that big play I was literally just talking about.
Did you look in your crystal ball for that one?
I felt it that time, not just the crystal ball.
The genie, Andrew Petro, folks.
I came out of a lamp this morning. I am a genie.
Yes. And there you see the 31-yard line there. Good run there by Fouts. We've seen him keep it a few times. Rowan Durbin does that a lot. Landon Fouts has been doing it a lot. We've seen a lot of QBs do it in the conference, and he got a big play there. Credit the offensive line for getting the blocks and getting that side of the field open as well. So that is 7:02 left. Lebanon driving near the 31-yard line of the Stars. Quick throw out to the right to number 3 there. That is Trey Rees to around the 26, a gain of about 5. And that'll be quick hurry up here. Fouts in shotgun, now looking to the sideline for the play. And in shotgun once again, 2 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. He'll throw, and incomplete. But there is a flag down. It looks like it'll be pass interference on these Stars. Number 21 for the Stars, Mason Tomes in coverage. And the receiver fell down there. As a 15-yard, or that'll make it half the distance of the goal, rather. and give Lebanon the first down. So mistake there on the back end by the Stars, but in a game where they've only given up 6 points, every mistake, Coach Pelly wanting to iron it all out, but up this much in a late game, not the biggest deal in the world. Still, though, going to help Lebanon get into the red zone here as they try and convert and get more points here. It's going to be a handoff. Going to pick up a couple of yards. There's a flag down again. A couple of flags down. That was number 1 Carson Toole on the carry. Here we've got a highlight of that run. Try and see what happened here. Oh, he was picked up and thrown down. Yeah, probably not going to want to do that.
Yeah, another penalty. You said it's not the biggest deal in the world to Weibo, but it really means a lot to the Tigers right now as they're just that much closer to the end zone.
Yeah, definitely does help there, and another mistake by the Stars defense. Coach Pelly definitely, even though this game is a far distance out for Lebanon, Coach Pelly definitely not happy with these penalties by the defense. But still, Lebanon has to get a lot of points. They have an opportunity here. Another handoff to Carson Toole. Taken down once again. Picks up maybe a yard or two. That was number 68, Perrin Emberton, for the Stars, the senior, making the tackle. And now we've got 2nd and goal from about the 3 or 2 yard line. Looks like the 3 yard line here. Fouts in shotgun. He's going to keep it. He's going to look around, scramble to the left. He's going to try and cut it back inside. And very close here. We'll see what the ruling is. It looks like they're going to mark him short at the moment. And there's a flag down as well. Hard to tell what happened there in the scrum. Get the call here. And that was unsportsmanlike against Lebanon, and that's definitely not going to help them. They're going to lose 15 yards on that play. So that was a post-play penalty by the Tigers, and that's going to push them from the 1 all the way back to the 16. Andrew, we see Western Boone make some mistakes here, but especially considering they're down so much, a huge mistake for Lebanon there.
Yeah, very unfortunate for the offense team. They were probably very ecstatic by those penalties from Weibo, but just one on them took it way back.
Yeah, hard to tell what the penalty was specifically for. It was unsportsmanlike. A 15-yard penalty. It's 3rd and 17, 3rd and goal here. And the play is blown dead. We'll see what happens here. Western Boone going to take a timeout. And we'll go ahead and take a quick timeout as well. 5 minutes left here. We'll be back with WBTV Sports.
A licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
Welcome back here, folks. The Western Boone Stars looking to seal a piece of the Sagamore Conference title. You're up 24 points against the Lebanon Tigers, 30-6 here. 5:02 left. Lebanon takes a big penalty, knocks them back 15 yards, so they go from the 2-yard line to the 17. And now Lebanon going to have to push real hard to get into the end zone here. Fouts gets it. He's going to toss it towards the end zone. It's going to be a little short, but it's going to be caught. And a great move there. And he's into the end zone for a touchdown. Caden Lark with a great move there, juking Weibo defenders and pushing his way into the end zone to convert for Lebanon. Big play there by Lark. And Lebanon looking like they're going to keep the offense out there and try and go for two here to make it what would be a two-possession game. Andrew, looking at that play, that was a spectacular play. Catches it a couple yards short of the end zone and just with pure effort jukes out Weebo defenders and gets in for 6.
Yeah, that's exactly what the Lebanon offense needed. They were on 3rd and 17, and that penalty really took them back, but they showed that it didn't do much to their attitude.
Now, going for the 2-point conversion here to make it a 30-14 game. Going to pitch it into the backfield. Trying to make men miss again. It's Lark, and he's going to get to the edge and get the 2-point conversion. Another big play there by Caden Lark here late in the game, keeping just the slightest amount of hope alive for the Tigers. Now to make it a 16-point game, make it 2 possessions. And you see here, here's the touchdown. Good throw by Fouts. Lark makes a spectacular catch going up for it, and then manages to juke his way in, had his jersey pulled as well. And on that play, the 2-point conversion play here, pitch out behind him. Thought he might have wanted to try and throw it there for a second, but instead takes it to the edge. Gets a good block there as well, and he's going to go in for the 2-point conversion. So it's 30-14, still a long shot, but you never know in this game, Andrew, in a game of football like this. Anything can really happen here, and Lebanon now down 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions. We've seen stuff like this at every level of football as they try and succeed to get into the end zone, but Lebanon's still a very tall order to try and get back into this thing.
Yeah, but we've seen throughout the game that Lebanon has proved that they are fighters. Nothing stops them from giving all gas, all full effort, and sure, they might have to make 2 more touchdowns and second or double possessions or whatever, but I think they got the fighting spirit in them.
By the way, that Tri-West Southmont game is final now, 35-0. Tri-West defeats Southmont. Started their season 6-0 and dropped their final 3. Fell to 6-3. Had a competitive game against the Tigers last week. Nearly took them down, but getting raced by Tri-West as Weebo tries to recover the onside kick, and they do. That was an interesting kick. Kicked it right up the gut, and it went very far. The Stars easily get it, and they'll try to take some more time off the clock here. So Tri-West have a share of the Sagamore Conference Championship. The winner of this game will get the other part of it. By the way, North Montgomery and Danville still 8-6, limited time remaining there. And the Chargers up 8-6 have the ball, so very important here. Last update from a few minutes ago, there were 2 minutes left in the game, so once we get an update, we'll let you know about that one. Under center once again, it is Durbin. He's going to hand it off to Weekly. He's going to pick up maybe a yard. And it looks like he just got back to the line of scrimmage there. May have actually lost a yard. We'll let you know that. Marking it as 2nd and 11 here, so it will be a loss of 1. And Western Boone not necessarily looking to even try and convert too much here. Just trying to keep the ground game going and try and pick up as many first downs as they can. But I would be very surprised if it's like a 4th and 5 or something like that and the Stars go for it there. But if it's a 4th and short, they might still go for it, Andrew. Western Boone clearly with the upper hand, trying to run down as much as they can.
Yeah, it seems that's been the focus since the start of the second half following halftime. They've just been wanting to run down the clock.
Going to hand it off again. Stuffed again. That is Trevor Weekly once again. Picking up, getting back to the line. Referees are blowing their whistles. Lebanon takes their final timeout here. And now, or my apologies, that was their first timeout. I was looking at Western Boone's timeouts, so they still have 2 left remaining. And Now here, going to be interesting to see what they do on 3rd and 11. Do they try and go for a pass here to try and convert? Do they keep it on the ground? Very interesting here, Andrew. Look into your crystal ball. What do you predict for this one?
Oh boy. Okay, let's see. I see football. I see a football game happening. It seems Weibo is in possession right now. You know, it's hard to say. My crystal ball is kind of misty right now, Blake.
Is your crystal ball actually just the YouTube stream, Andrew?
No, I got it on eBay.
Oh. Well, never mind then. That is Genie Andrew Petro with his official prediction. He's seeing a lot of mist here.
A lot of mist. It doesn't look like it's raining anymore, though, so I'm not sure where that's coming from.
Yes. I didn't know how to respond to that. By the way, North Montgomery and Danville is final. North Montgomery has beaten Danville 8-6, improved to 5-4 on the year. Plays blown dead. So Danville falls to 3-6. North Montgomery to 5-4 now. That was a false start against the Stars there. And also have Crawfordsville and Frankfurt playing tonight. We do not have a score on that one, unfortunately. We would let you know if we had any info there. And Western Boone, still 3:44 left. Trying to take off as much as they can. Now on a 3rd and long, even more fascinating, going from a 3rd and 10 to a 3rd and 15 to see what Coach Pelly decides to draw up here to try and convert. Durbin in shotgun. He's going to fake it. He's going to keep it. Sets up for the throw. And he's going to have to just get rid of it. Incomplete. And that stops the clock, which is even more important. Had he taken the sack, it would have been, the clock would have kept running. He would have lost a lot of yards, but the clock would have kept going. Instead, he throws it away, makes it 4th and 15 with a stopped clock at 3:37. Josiah Smith back onto the field for the punt. And we saw, against Tri-West, Western Boone got nearly what would have been a blocked punt. There's a flag down as well. We'll see what this is for. And they're calling intentional grounding here against Rowan Durbin. So the Stars are going to lose 15 yards there. There was no receiver in range where he threw that ball. So they throw the flag. It stops the clock. The Stars lose 15 more yards. And now they're going to have to punt it. Or I guess it might have been a 5-yard penalty. Make it clear here. Yes, that's what it looks like. So, yes, it's 4th and 20 now. So 5 yards backed up. And Josiah Smith's going to have to punt this thing away from further back. Lebanon beginning to feel it a little bit. They've still got some time left in this game. They've got to be efficient, but they still got time for a couple more touchdowns if they can get it. Josiah Smith gets it. He's going to punt it away. Very good punt here. And it takes a good bounce for the Stars, puts Lebanon further back. Going to be past the 35-yard line here. There's another flag down, though, so we'll see what that is for.
Blake, it's going to be tough, but Lebanon's really going to have to push through and at the 3-minute 29 mark if they want to have a chance at tying up this game and potentially scoring more.
And, that's very important, the fact that they have the opportunity now with that defensive stop. Nice clock management by Lebanon. And, that intentional ground against Durbin very much hurt the Stars there, though they've still got, obviously, the 16-point lead. If the defense can clinch up like they were earlier in the game, they could get this thing done. But Lebanon does have a chance. They have 2 timeouts. About 3.5 minutes to go. So Western Boone's got to be able to get on the field and finish this thing if they want their share of the conference title. And, okay, so that penalty there, that was a hold on the Stars. Another Western Boone penalty here. We've seen a lot of them late in the game. So it was a hold on the kicking team. They're going to back it up 10 yards, and they're going to punt again. So rather than tacking it onto the end of the punt, they're going to make Josiah Smith kick it again. It's 4th and 30 now. And so that good Western Boone punt is now undone by the hold. They're going to make him kick it again. And very, very interesting decision there, as Smith is going to have to kick this thing away again. Not much pressure on him. Another good kick, though. Not much of a problem. Did it touch him? I think it did. Touch number 2, Caden Lark, but he's got the ball. And he's got some room. Gets it past midfield. So a mistake there by Lark. Can't field it there. It looks like it hit maybe his foot on the play. He does manage to track it down and get a good return past midfield. But that could have been a very big mistake. If there were any stars there to cover that thing up, he might have just had the game ended there for Western Boone. We saw a muff punt recovered by Danville last week in the Western Boone and Danville game early on in that game. Now here late another muff, but this time the receiving team does get it back. We will have 1st and 10 past midfield around the 48-yard line of the Stars. Fout's going to keep it. He's going to throw, and tipped up and incomplete. And there's a flag down. And looks like it's going to be against Western Boone. It looks like it's going to be an interference call against Ethan Bales. Or whoever was around him didn't quite catch it. It looked like number 20 there. Refs are talking about it, so we'll see. No, it was against the offense. My apologies. It looked like they were throwing it after the play there, so I made a false assumption there. It is against Lebanon. It was illegal man downfield. One of the O-linemen went further down the field than they should have early on in that play. And that's definitely going to hurt the Tigers there with 3:06 left to go in this game. 1st and 15 now. And movement. We'll see who it's against. It looks like it's against the Tigers again. So, Andrew, we see a lot of penalties in this 4th quarter by both teams. Both sort of shooting themselves in the foot here and giving each other opportunities. Now Lebanon having to convert a 1st and 20 with 3:05 to go.
Yeah, and in the first quarter, I thought however many penalties there were at that time, I thought that was way many. But it has not slowed down, it seems, at all.
Yeah, it's the 2nd and 3rd quarter. Things got a little under control, but here in this 4th, a lot of mistakes being made by both sides. 1st and 20 now. Fouts looks on the outside. Now he's got some pressure. He's going to throw it, and nearly intercepted there by number 18, Reed Prinzel for the Stars. There's a penalty flag down after the play, another one. That's a very common color, the color yellow there. Fouts nearly had it picked there, as you saw. Was looking for number 2, Caden Lark. It's ineligible man downfield again on Lebanon, and the Stars will accept this one. It'll be 1st and 25 now. 3 straight penalties there by Lebanon after Weibo took a few penalties in a row. Referee is not letting these penalties slide here. It is, I believe, 1st and 25 here. We'll see. Yes, it is. Okay, so the field marker has it. The scoreboard here has it as 2nd and 25, but the field marker, which is the correct spot, is 1st and 25. It's going to be a handoff now, and he's going to be stuffed very quickly there by the front of Western Boone. Interesting decision here, Andrew. You know, down so much, giving it to Toole instead of giving it back to Faust to try and throw. Going to hurry up here. Looking to the sideline. Speaking to the line. Moving shockingly in motion. And he takes the ball. He's scrambling around. He's got some pressure. Bruins is near him. He's going to toss it. And it is tipped and incomplete. Was looking for Caden Lark again there. All reliable, it feels like, for this Lebanon offense. And now it is a 3rd and 24 here. And Andrew, the feeling I'm getting here, this has got to be, they've got to have this one, Lebanon, if they want a chance to keep themselves in this game. Obviously, this is 4th down territory. But the feeling here is if they can pick up the first down here, great. If not, might spell doom for the Tigers.
Yeah, especially the time management, it seems in these last few plays has kind of not been as well as it was before.
Fout's going to step up and throw down the field. He gives a prayer, and it is intercepted. That is Ethan Bales with the pick. And that right there might just end it and give the Stars a share of the conference title.
Very unfortunate for the Tigers.
Big play there. Very unfortunate for the Tigers. The feeling was he had to lob up a prayer there. He did have a 4th down, but had to take the shot there. Ethan Bales there for the interception. Great coverage. And now with 2:13 left to go, game ain't over yet, but it's looking very, very difficult for Lebanon here.
You're right, Blake. The game ain't over yet.
It ain't over till it's over. Somebody said that. I'm quoting somebody. I don't know who, though, unfortunately.
Someone also said, never say never. I'm quoting someone, but I don't know who.
Maybe you're quoting me. I've said that a few times this season. But we got 1st and 10 for the Stars. Durbin under center. Man in motion was Evan Trent. Handoff to Trevor Weekly. Going to pick up decent amount of yards, maybe 4 or 5 there. And looks like they called a timeout. Lebanon did. We'll see. Yep. Lebanon does take a timeout. Wanting to keep as much time on the clock as they can here. And here, Andrew, if there's any hope for Lebanon, they have to get the stop here. If Western Boone is able to make Lebanon use their last timeout and then convert, this thing is over, and Western Boone will take its share of the Sagamore Conference title. We got to make sure they don't make any mistakes on these potentially last few plays.
Yeah, that interception by Weibo was quite possibly a knife in the heart for Lebanon, but I guess we'll see. We have 2 minutes and 3 seconds left on the clock.
Both of these teams came into this game on big winning streaks. Lebanon had not lost since week 3 against Danville, and Western Boone had not lost since week 4 against Tri-West. So 4-game winning streak for Weibo, 5-game for Lebanon. Weibo looking to end that Lebanon winning streak and beat their rivals going into the playoffs sectional round next week against Crawfordsville. We'll see here if they can end this thing. Meanwhile, Lebanon will have Mooresville next week for the playoff round. Weekly going to get the pitch back, and it is only going to pick up maybe looks like he actually lost a yard or 2 there. Lebanon takes their final timeout, and Coach Pelly's got an interesting decision. Andrew, you've got something to say about it?
Yeah, you were talking about streaks. I think a little bit of a fun stat to look at. For Weibo, right now they are 3-1 in away games. So for tonight, they're fighting for 4-1. And for Lebanon in home games, they're also 3-1. So both of them fighting to keep that lead in that specific type of game.
Very much so, and looking at that as well, Western Boone undefeated at home this year, being able to beat Western, North Montgomery, Southmont, and Danville all at home. All impressive wins. Western Boone, we mentioned, the least amount of points they've scored this year is 33. Well, it looks like they're going to be at 30, more than likely, in this game. So, will the Western Boone offense recover? We're just kidding. Still very effective today.
Blake, never say never.
Yes.
Never say never, Andrew. You're correct. Are you quoting yourself there?
No, I just heard someone say that once.
Or twice.
Or twice.
Or 3 times.
That would be thrice.
Yes. And it's mishandled, but Durbin able to get back onto it. Could have been a huge play there to give the Tigers some life. We saw something like that in the first game of the season, a quick burst in the crowd as the snap in that first game against Sheridan went over Durbin's head on the first play. but he managed to, I believe it was Weekly on that play back then who recovered it. Now that one a little bit high. Durbin able to fall back onto it. If the Tigers got that thing, that could have been doom. Well, doom-ish for the Stars, considering there's only a minute 30 and counting left.
Half doom.
Half doom. Let's go with that. Smith to punt. Trying to get the block. Another good punt there. And it's muffed again by Lebanon. And we'll see who has it. And Western Boone has recovered. And that right there, folks, is going to end it. Western Boone is going to secure a share of the Sagamore Conference title. See the muff there. Just a mistake. I believe it was Evan Trent who got back on top of it, backing up here. Evan Trent making his stance known, making this game sealed now for Western Boone with a minute 8 left. Durbin getting out there for a very important knee, and we have one more kneel down before this game ends. How big of a play was that, Andrew, to end this thing and officially relieve the Western Boone crowd and get them to 8-1 on the year?
Blake, I think that was a massive play, especially for Trent. That was very fortunate. He was able to end it with him in the spotlight.
For sure. Evan Trent, he's made some big plays this year. Makes the big one. And the Western Boone Stars have secured a share of the Sagamore Conference title. They are Sagamore Conference champions along with the Tri-West Bruins. Both teams sitting at going to be 6-1 in conference play. Lebanon, a disappointing loss. They're going to fall to 6-3 overall and 5-2 in conference play. Very interesting. Western Boone lost to Tri-West. Tri-West lost to Lebanon. And Lebanon lost to Western Boone. Sort of rock, paper, scissors between those three. But this isn't a three-way conference title, Andrew. This is a two-way streak. And Western Boone and Tri-West are the Sagamore Conference champions. A good game here between two good teams, Andrew. But what was it that gave Western Boone the advantage and managed to let them win this game?
Well, I think the penalties throughout the game, they really caused a lot of points to be scored where they wouldn't have been otherwise. And I think in the end, they ended up in the favor of Western Boone.
Yeah, the fans here in Lebanon obviously disappointed. It's still a very good regular season for them, ending 6-3. They go into the game next week against Mooresville with a very good record, and they're a very formidable team to look out for in these in this sectional round. But Western Boone managing to get this thing done here tonight, and just looking at this whole season for Western Boone, it really has been miraculous for them. They've done an exceptional job as fans for Western Boone begin to run onto the field here, I believe in their construction suits. And looking at some of these wins that Western Boone has gotten in the regular season, you know, being able to take down Danville, a team that managed to defeat Lebanon earlier in the year, taking down Southmont when Southmont was 6-0 on the year, taking down Western, who they had never beaten before. They were 0-3 against Western, managed to take them down at home. You know, a lot of really, really big wins for them. They go into the sectional round against Crawfordsville next week with huge momentum, and Crawfordsville, a team that they managed to take care of. We'll see what happens then. But Western Boone going in, hoping to make some noise in these playoffs. They got to the sectional finals last year, couldn't get the job done. They hope to at least get past that point, and who knows, this is a really good team, Andrew. They could do a lot.
Yeah, and with Coach Pelly leading, he now moves to a 93-30 record since coaching, starting in 2013.
Yeah, and I should mention, by the way, for that Crawfordsville-Western Boone game, we will not be carrying that game next week, but we will have the next round of sectionals if Western Boone advances. We will be covering that game. That game will be either, I believe it is at home versus Danville or at Tri-West. That'll be huge. Danville, still a formidable team. They've had a lot of really good seasons in recent years. And obviously Tri-West, the one team this year that took down Western Boone, and that victory obviously for Tri-West was huge as it helped them secure part of the conference title for themselves. So if it does end up being Western Boone and Tri-West, Andrew, that'll be a massive matchup, and we'll be able to bring that one to you folks at home.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone, including us, would love to watch a rematch of that.
Yeah, and that was such an exciting game then. Western Boone going into that one, hoping to get some revenge if that happens. We still do not know. But that would be a huge one. And we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up here. The Western Boone Stars are 8-1. They're Sagamore Conference champs along with Tri-West. Take down the Lebanon Tigers here, who fall to 6-3. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm Blake Marth here with Andrew Petro, my color commentator, and the great Mr. Foxworthy here, working the technical crew here. And also thank you to everybody who has helped us throughout the season, all of our viewers.
And a big thank you to Braden Gideon on camera for tonight. He did a great job.
Yes, as always. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time with WBTV Sports.